All right, Robert, what's going on, man? Chris, how are you? Godzilla, what's going on, man? Let's go to the just chatting. And hey, yeah, that works. Lights are on, cameras on. I see my mic levels going. My day, what's going on? How are you? Darth, what's going on? Yeah. Yeah, impromptu stream. I was upset about that boss battle we went through last time. I am determined to get past this freaking fight this time. Let's go here and let's do it. All right. I think I know what I'm doing this time. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. I played around with this a little bit more and I've come up with a strategy. I think it's going to allow me to defeat it. Let's see. What am I doing? I'm still going to send the bird in first. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. That kicks things off. First and foremost, turn off your AI. I keep forgetting to do that. You shouldn't have any AI either. Everything's going to be manual. These two are fine. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Boom. You can do that. And you will do this. And you. I'm actually going to switch weapons with you. I'm tired of him being right up front of everything. Why? No. No, sugar. Come around here. There we go. Now you. And actually, you know what? Now that she's all the way here. Boom, 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 boom. We can go. No, you know what? No. We're not going to do a bunch of defensive powers yet because that's fine. You know, about your king. Are you going to upload the entire footage or just clips? Francisco, what's going on, man? How are you? I am doing the full playthrough in the member section. So in the member section, we're dropping 1 hour episodes. But in the full channel, just clips. I found that the full channel, they don't like the full hour episodes. And so I felt like it would be better to just have that be members only content. All right, you're doing that, you're doing that, you're doing that. Everybody's doing, just about everybody's doing something they're supposed to do. Actually, you know what? You could do that as well. Is he actually? He is paralyzed. Excellent. Now, where is Alaf? Alaf is right here. Cool. So, Alaf, now you can rain. Oh, you know what? No. Yep, there we go. You could do that. You get in closer with Maya. And you can attack there. And can he? Yep, no problem. Let's see. Let's improve everybody's defenses. Which one strengthens the enchant? Here we go. Of all the allies in the area. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You are doing that. So, you're still casting hammer? No, you've got the hammers done. And you're still, yep, you're still frozen. So we'll go ahead and do that. He's still doing that. Okay. All right, that is definitely not working. No, don't you dare. He's almost not paralyzed anymore. So we will go ahead and put Lidless Gaze on you. Now you keep throwing out these summons. You a little bit more healing. You should hopefully be freezing them soon. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. Here, he's got marked prey. No. This one. There we go. Does it go through all characters? Striking all characters. Okay, so she needs to move over a little bit. She can move over here, and then here. You can move here. There we go. Whoops. This. Lennon, what's going on, man? I'm doing all right. How are you? All right. You, and we're still doing Lidless Gaze. You still need another heal. There we go. Excellent. What are you doing here? Slandered, move up a little bit. Whoops. There we go. Yep. Now, she's probably still doing what she's supposed to do. You're done with that. Is he frozen? He is not frozen. So we will try to freeze you again. Did you do what you were supposed to do? And okay, you're doing that. And he's got one more of these little summons he can use, right? 0-1 per rest. Yep, we're gonna put one more out there. And then I want you to start working on these soul mirrors. And you can go ahead and do one of these. There's a nice little amount of people out right now. And okay, he's frozen again. Excellent. Now, bye. And he's hurt pretty nicely. Excellent. So whoop. Are you serious? How close does his power have to be in order for him to? It's got a range of 6. Why does it keep telling me that he has to get closer? Isn't he already right in front? He's already right here. Here. Well, whatever. Here. Okay, look. Why does he have to get that close to cast Meteor Storm? I don't understand. That's so weird. Okay. Anyway, he's doing that, and then she actually can cast that over there.
Say your prayers.
Yep, he can do all that. He's doing that. Yep, that still sounds good. Where is she? She doesn't need to be pointed there. She needs to be pointed towards you. Oh crap, I forgot to put out console hot. All right, you're doing that. He is paralyzed only for another 2 seconds. So we will. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Hulk, what's going on, man? How are you? Sorry. A lot going on at one time. Whoa. Oh, okay, so he's paralyzed again. You've got... Can we go ahead and do that? Something tells me healing is going to be in order. She's still attacking there. Excellent. He's still putting out console hot. You did what you needed to do. Excellent. He's got 8 more seconds of paralyzation, and he's bloodied. Fantastic. Has he still got console hots? Crushing Doom? Yes, it does. 29 seconds. Yeah, we can go do a rake through a lot of that. That's fine. Actually, well, we could do it to all that. But there's a good person over there. And there's one over here. So yeah, this makes the most sense probably. There we go. We'll do that. You, anything interesting and new for you that you need to do? Don't we have one more? Yep. 2 of the magma oozes. Okay. Throw that out while you're working around. Why isn't console out yet? There we go. Console out is out. Ba-da-ba. One of these does healing. Which one? Here we go. Yep, this one. There we go. And heals all the allies while we're at it. You should have already just put on your healing one. So here, near death, that's cool. We'll do that for you. Rake for you. Just seeing the Dragon Dread Woodlegs is not looking good. Man, don't get me started. Yeah, very disappointing. Very disappointing. I don't understand. That healing's not going to come in time, is it? There we go. Very nice. Very nice. All right, his rake is going to claw through there. This guy is still near death. Ooh, wait. But his paralyzation is about to come off. So let's go ahead, put his paralyzed back on. You're attacking. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not doing anything. So I still need you attacking this guy. And then you're going to paralyze you. You still got another one of these. So how about, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. And she's available again. Isn't it? Restoring health to all allies. Sounds good to me right about now. Did you freeze? You did freeze him. Okay, now. It keeps saying he's near death, but it sure doesn't feel like it. This console hot. Console hot's hammer is not on him, so let's go ahead and throw that on him. He's doing what he's supposed to do, and he's still doing what he's supposed to do. Let's see how that goes. Oh, and I lost my cipher. Okay. She's still healing, doing what she's supposed to do. Her heal went through. We do not have a revive available, unfortunately. So that just is what it is. Oh, I forgot. She's got her own little summon that she could have used, but whatever. This guy is almost about to be up again. What do I want? I guess we could take the burn damage. Yeah, we're not taking out these people nearly quickly enough. Do that. Now that I think about it, I don't really have to have Eder. If I'm freezing him, I don't need to have Eder in front of him. I could take Eder around and deal with some of these people. Now I'm thinking about it. But whatever. Okay, he's doing that. I'm pretty sure I just had her do something. So let's let that go through. Right, yeah, he's barely doing anything over there yet. So you attack the scavenger. Console's hammer is on there. Let him work with that. Oh, but he's not frozen anymore. And actually, I don't think I can freeze him anymore. Yeah, freezing is done. So now it just is what it is. So actually, we'll use this opportunity to go ahead and... Why does it say that I need to come so much closer in order to be able to use this? I don't understand. But there we go. Use that. And this guy is finally dead. Cool. So now we can focus on another soul mirror. Guess we'll focus on you. And you have... Oh, wait. You do have a way to heal yourself now that I think about it. Yeah, let's get you using a potion. Can we get... Nope, that was a exercise in futility. That was done for. All right, she's doing what she's doing. Eder is not helpful over here. Well, no, he's holding it over there, so fine. Let's leave that there. And this one. We're running low on ways to actually deal with you. What does this do again? They receive significantly more damage. Oh, that's right. 184 slash damage. How much? It feels like I'm so close, and yet at the same time, it feels like I'm so far. Actually, that just says 61. So that makes them kind of makes a most sense to make a mad dash towards him, right? Maybe I should have her dealing with him, because at least if we get him down, it becomes kind of a different ball game. Yep, he's very much so. There we go. All right. That's some level of progress. Now, withering tentacles. I think we don't need to attack those, right? Like, they disappear on their own. What we need is to take down these guys. And in the meantime, let's also... Why can't I heal her? Is she... Not sure why I can't heal her. But, because it doesn't work like a direct heal. No problem. No problem. Okay. There we go. Yep. All right. And anything she can do. Yeah, actually here. Let's give all my people some help. Yep. No, don't let him do that. Definitely don't let him do that. She could definitely use some healing. Excellent. Okay, Eder. Deal with this one. You're doing what you can. You should be healing yourself. Why didn't you use a potion? Use a potion. That's not working out, so hold on. Let's do one of these again. Actually, she's the only one who needs help anyway, so fine. Do that. And then he's attacking her. And, oh, wait. Now that the tentacles are gone, maybe it will let me use a potion, will it? Nope. Still no. There. Eder's in front of him now. There we go. She's helping some. And let's do that as well. I know you're the real problem, but I'm trying to keep her up. You know, actually, that's fine. It is what it is. Okay. Okay, now. Let's deal with this. Okay. Now, another scavenger visions there, and what can she do long range? She'll deal with him. Let him come over to the scavenger. And, yep, Eder, go on head over there. And that's a wrap. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get this pillow over there. And you, Eder, let's see if we can go ahead and put an end to this, shall we? Let's go. That's one pillar. Go ahead, drop another one on them. Yep. Whatever you feel like you need to do, Eder. Is that the end? And it's the end. Holy shit. Ow. Oh my God. The micromanagement involved in doing that. Oh. James, what's going on, man? Yeah, I'm going through the same thing. I know I've played through this game and this DLC before, but damn, I don't remember that at all. I did this fight like 20 times at the end of the last stream. It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. Tactics, Alof makes a huge difference in my team. Like, All of my debuffing comes from him. Holy shit. All right. As the last of, well, however the hell you spell this, pronounce this dude's name, essence dissipates, the oracle's massive eye, clouded with blood, swivels to focus on you. Its pupil seems an inky abyss. Pain radiates from it, almost knocking you from your feet. Absolutely, Lennon. Dominating. Good Lord. I got that on my first try. Yeah, tactics, man. Tactics.
Interloper, your presence blights. You disease.
Its thoughts shudder, twisting the air around you, crashing across your mind.
Interloper.
One of the tentacles reaches weakly for you before falling limply at your feet. I freed you from him. Stand down.
You succeed only in prolonging your own suffering, your ignorance.
Your master would see us blinded and mindless for knowing too much.
Purify everything in its place.
The creature's tentacles flex, and you sense essence flowing between it and the musculature around you. Was this harder than Console and Pillars 1, though? It was. It definitely was. This was harder. This was harder. Both were brutal fights. Both were brutal fights where I felt accomplished afterwards, but yeah, this was hard. Remember, no, we didn't do Console Hall in one stream, right? We had to come back to another. We had to come back into the next stream and do that one as well? Yeah, this still felt worse. And the reason why is because Console Hall's fight wasn't as long. This one feels like it takes forever. So to lose it and have to do it over and over again, oh, it was brutal. Phaon Lick. Interesting. But then you sense something else. Something deep within the thing's eye. Something that absorbs all light, all life, all knowledge and understanding. That absorbs you. I think we interrupted her narration. Can't say you didn't get to have a boss fight. What's the difficult you're playing it? This is normal, Lennon. This is plain old normal. Part of the problem is I suck. But, of course, there's just a ton of things going on in that fight as well. As I remember this fight because I died like 15 times before beating it. Yeah, same here. The moist, fetid air within the heart washes away, sucked from the room as if pumped out. With it goes all light and sound, and you find yourself floating alone in the darkening void.
Oh, hello. We didn't see you there.
Like stars across the night sky, the darkness splits into 100 eyes of different shapes, sizes, and colors. Wow.
We recognize you. Barrett's Herald, if we're not mistaken.
Their voice echoes around you, blanketing you. You know exactly who I am.
Oh, you. As delightful as ever. It's strange, though. We find that we were just not thinking about you for the first time in some time.
The eyes pry at you, their gazes clinging to your skin.
Where exactly might you be?
I seem to be inside your flesh body in the basement of your library, buried under your dead island, which is about standard.
Oh, that does not seem at all correct. We are quite certain, or fairly certain at least, moderately certain, certainly, that we killed our terrestrial body just as we promised we would. Not that we're above the occasional bent truth, but we don't recall not killing our body, and that really seems the sort of thing that we'd remember.
Hey. Sterno Dreams, what's going on? Hoff, what's up, man? Excited for Avowed? Absolutely, you know it. Without a shadow of a doubt. Wyvern, what's going on, man? How are you? The DLC's combat encounters are tougher than the base games. Paul, yeah, I'm learning that. Without a shadow of a doubt, that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. Wolf did a raid on me. That's awesome. Thanks, Wolf, man. I appreciate you, bro. How did you all like the Harry Potter stream? Did you enjoy it? I'd give all his eyes a full moon, because why not? So far, who is your favorite god or goddess? What's going on, Mike? How are you? Remengard, the one who's all about death and the end of everything. I love his voice. I love the creepiness of his perspective. I think it's fantastic. What's going on, MK? What's going on? Appreciate the raid, you all. Hope you all have fun on the news on the Harry Potter stream. Chronicler, what's going on, man? Yeah, DM, actually, we're pretty close to the end. I think we only got one more DLC and a couple of more quests, and then we're out of here. So, almost finished. Yeah, Chronicle, I've been loving it. Take care. What's going on, man? Good to see you. There are eyes on everything down here. Well, except the people you took eyes from.
We do enjoy our eyes.
Saran, Bacchus, what's going on? How are you all? Nice. Good to hear, Digital. Good to hear. I'm not going to... Unfortunately, I screwed up my pre-order, so I won't have the game until the 10th. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to stream the game. I'm kind of in a CRPG mindset right now, but I am looking forward to playing it. I've always been a huge fan of the Harry Potter world. Hogwarts looks fun. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm a little disappointed. I wanted to I wanted to be a pure evil mage. Like I wanted to side with the Death Eaters, but I guess you can't get everything. At least we got the curses, so I'm looking forward to it. Wolfheart, what's going on, man? How are you? Appreciate the raid, dude. Wow, end of the Let's Play era, Slandered. Absolutely. External Dreams. I like the DLC quite a bit. It's extremely challenging, but also a lot of fun.
We wonder if the Lady of Lament may be having a spot of fun with us.
Ooh, the eyes spin together, orbiting one another in a languid cyclone.
We didn't think the old fish had it in her.
It's a great game. I'm so spoiled now with games that are actual RPGs versus junk that slaps an RPG label on it. I'm the exact same way. No Park Radio Effect. Richard, what's going on, man? Good to see all of you. Yo, I just got here. We're talking hours left. Abandonment, what's up, man? Yeah, Wolfheart was doing a Harry Potter stream, and he just rated me. So a bunch of people just came over from his stream. So we were just asking them how they enjoyed the stream and if they feel like Harry Potter's looking good. It's kind of one of the reasons I don't do Whales DLC until I get max level. I am max level and I still got kicked around. It just is what it is. Random, what's going on, man? I can't complain. How are you doing? Do you really think Andra could be responsible?
No, this hardly seems her style. We suspect she'd have simply sent this place to the bottom of the sea.
Buck Mike, what's going on, man? Good to meet you as well. The eyes shivered to more or less stationary positions, their attention refocused on you.
Perhaps, though, no, surely not. But what if? Well, it certainly would delight us.
HL is way too linear for me. Well, it might have just been the way Wolfheart did the stream, right? Because I think I was on there briefly, and he basically said he was strictly in the school, that he hadn't went out and about yet. Oh, but he said he hadn't got his broom yet. Okay, so I assume when you get your broom, that's when you can start flying around and doing all the side quest stuff. So he streamed for about, 8 hours? And still hadn't had his broom yet. That's kind of a long time for it to be linear. But my understanding, at least, is that it's supposed to open up at some point. Hello, dear. How are you? Wolfpack Raid. Suzanne, what's going on? Yeah, I appreciate the raid. Hope all of you are having a good time and that you enjoyed the stream. I heard Hogwarts is looking really, really nice. All right, you play RPGs. Subscribe. Welcome to the channel, Buckmite. Absolutely. I love CRPGs. Been playing them for quite some time. Pablo, what's going on? Thank you for the $20. May others bless your path. May the Buddha be plentiful. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Nah, I've been playing myself. I got you. Okay, story's 100% linear. Ooh, that's not good. Not too bad. I've been playing through the Witcher 3 Next Generation version. Is this your first Witcher 3 playthrough? So far, I've been playing, and it's super linear, but I do like it either way. Treat it as more story-focused ARPG. Gotcha. Okay. See, I was disappointed. I wanted to be like the evil wizard, siding with the dark wizards and using all the dark curses. My understanding is you really can't do that, but I'll play it and see how it goes. Got open world, but you still need to do all the story quests in the same time setting.
Click here to subscribe.
Anton, what's going on, man? How are you? On I left to go shopping, came back, and he was still streaming. Yeah, I guess it was like an 8-hour stream, right? I feel like that's kind of rare for Wolfhard. Usually, I feel like he's kind of like me. He does like 3-4 hours, and then he jets. Thought you may have. Subscribe. Ironstad, what's going on, man? Appreciate the subscription. Welcome to the channel. Reminds me a little bit of Rockstar's Bully. I never played Bully, but I heard really good things about it. Is that a game that you feel like still stands up today? Yeah, no choice for sides. Interesting. Slytherin. Yeah. I'm definitely going to go House Slytherin when I play. I'm a Hufflepuff, though. Interesting. So, like, do you meet different characters when you play, depending upon what school you play? Because one of the subscribers reached out to me on Twitter basically saying that because he was Slytherin, there were some specific characters that he had got in touch with. I'm wondering how unique your experience is based upon the school that you pick, and if it's worth like doing multiple runs. I'm curious about that. And went to work, came back, is still going. Yeah, that's crazy. It's 10:30 a.m. Not usual for him to go so long. Yeah, but he said he was really enjoying the game, but that his eyes were hurting by the end. Interesting. Now, I've already played through it once 100%, but I've spent a few years since I played, so a lot of stuff feels new again. So does it feel like a significantly improved game, or does it really feel like, same old, same old? Ravenclaw all the way. That's like, I can't say I've heard of too many Ravenclaw fans, huh? That's awesome. You meet them all at one point. Oh, okay. Okay. The graphics are dated, but it's still a fun game. Near zero difference. I actually plan to play the entire Witcher series on the channel, so we're gonna go from Witcher 1 all the way through. More of a story than an RPG. Then that's kind of what it sounds like. But if you love that Harry Potter universe, which I do, it'll probably still work for you. But because story isn't the focus like that, and I heard the dialogue isn't really all that great anyway, that's what makes me kind of not want to stream it, because, we're a channel, we focus on incredible, massive stories and branching dialogue paths and all that kind of stuff. We're playing Pillars of Eternity 2 now. We did a playthrough of Pillars of Eternity 1. We did a playthrough of Pentiment because I love Obsidian games. As soon as we get through with this, we're going to a Divinity Original Sin 2. So that's kind of the vein of games that I prefer to play. And it doesn't seem like Hogwarts Legacy is really going to fit into that. So it makes me not really all that excited about playing it. My wife, on the other hand, who's Samikins in the comments, she's a huge, huge Harry Potter fan. So I actually bought 2 versions. I got one on PC, but I bought another one for Xbox so I could play Harry Potter with her and my child. That's a year's worth of content. Might be. Yes.
Perhaps, dear Harold, we hid our body from ourselves.
Whale laughs at their revelation, eyes dancing excitedly. Oh, you hid it from yourself? That's ridiculous. That's great. That's such a whale thing to do. I can spoil the ending options if you want. No, I'm still going to play it. Maybe we get an Old Republic style. That would be amazing. It definitely looks cleaner, but I wouldn't say it's a crazy upgrade. Right. DOS 2. Woo. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of DOS 2. What race do you plan to play at DOS 2? I always go with the specific origin story. So Red Prince or whatever. I don't make my own custom character. So use my two favorite ones are Fane and Red Prince. I'm not sure yet which one I'm gonna go through. I know Fane really allows you to get more information regarding the main story, but I think I honestly enjoy Red Prince's run the most. I love his story of getting his kingdom and find his true love and all of that stuff. So makes me kind of want to do that. Are you going to do a Dragon Age run soon in the future? So, Hulk, the next few games. Next is Divinity Original Sin 2. After that, we're doing Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2. Then we're doing Wasteland 3. Somewhere in the midst of that, we'll probably do Disco Elysium. And then once that wave of game is finished, that's when we'll start going through Dragon Age. Because I feel like Dragon Age 4 is probably coming out next year. So I think I can wait a while. I want to play more games actually in the lead up to Baldur's Gate 3, which is why we're going to do like DOS 2 and the first two Baldur's Gate games, because I feel like that gives us a nice background in the lead up to that. But then we'll be preparing for Dragon Age's release. I do enjoy playing around in the world. It has Fable vibes, which you can kick, but you can't get chickens. Oh, come on, man. They should have added some chicken kicking in the game. I used to love those Fable games. I might actually stream those at some point. Happy streaming. Thank you, dear. Get some rest. I need to play this game still. Pillars of Eternity 1 didn't exactly grip me, but I want to give it one more try, then try this too. You don't have to play Pillars of Eternity 1 to play 2, just so you know. Like, the game does quickly catch you up to speed. So if 1 didn't grab you for whatever reason, like, I think the beginning of 1 is kind of weak. Like, the first hour or so, I feel like it's kind of just a huge lore dump. And so if you get past that and then really get into the game, I feel like it gets much better. Whereas Pillars of Eternity 2, I feel like it right off the top, it's fantastic. So don't be afraid to just jump in if that's what you would prefer to do. Have you ever played Tyranny? Absolutely love Tyranny. Absolutely plan to play Tyranny on the channel. Probably after we get through with the Dragon Age series, that'll be the very next game that we play. All right.
How terribly perverse of us.
You're starting over. When does the new Doctor Who come out? Because they got David Tennant in it, right? So when is that one coming out? Because we should probably watch that together. I do actually want to see that. I like the option to complete Pillars of Eternity 2 in the first 5 minutes. Yeah.
And thoroughly irresponsible. When we hide something from ourselves, we hide it from the world.
Yeah, because you can basically tell Barav, nah, I'm not working for you, right? And then Barav swats you down.
The world forgets about it. It forgets about itself.
Yep, no problem, Buck Mike. No Icewind Dale. Icewind Dale's all about combat. The story is really secondary, whereas I am all about story. I'm all about dialogue and companions. Like, combat for me is secondary. So for the most part, I don't play games where the main focus is combat. To be honest with you, that's why I didn't play what was undoubtedly the hugest game of last year, Elden Ring. Because when I looked at it, I was like, I know the world is supposed to be cool, but my favorite type of games are large branching stories where you have party members and can develop relationships with them. And that's not really what Elden Ring is. So I felt like I wouldn't enjoy it. So that's why I wouldn't play Icewind Dale, even though it's technically in that same vein of CRPGs that I usually enjoy. The eyes snap into place, utterly still, every facet and pupil directed at you. David Tennant, I believe his name is Wolf. He's one of the most popular Doctor Who actors. And so they brought him back to do, I don't remember if it's going to be a special or if he's just going to play him for 1 year or something like that. But they're spinning the block on him, which my understanding has never been done before. Everybody else, pretty much, if your run is finished, they might pop you into an episode for a minute or two, but that's it. You don't get to like do another run after yours is finished. But they made an exception for him because he was so popular. And honestly, I think a lot of people are kind of down on Doctor Who right now. They didn't feel like this past season was all that good, and that it didn't really live up to the standards. And I think they weren't all that happy with the previous Doctor Who either. And so I think this is an attempt by the showrunners to try to get back some fan loyalty in preparation for doing their brand new Doctor Who, which I think is supposed to be a black guy for the first time in that show's history. So that should certainly be interesting. Apparently, Red Prince has a habit of getting into multiple relationships. That's the way I play him. I loved him as a doctor. Yeah, he was a fantastic doctor. I've heard rumors of No More Again and in DA4, and I've chosen not to believe them. Like, if we don't get a follow up or understanding of what's going on with the old guy, baby, I will be pissed. To me, that story is not properly wrapped up at all, and you can't wrap it up without her. So, and I don't want to hear about them replacing Claudia Black either, because that's what some people are saying, that maybe Morgan is in the game, but they're having a voice actress other than Claudia Black player. No, no. Absolutely not. Was it David Tennant's kid in House of the Dragon? I don't know who his children are, so I couldn't tell you. I think he gets 3 episodes in November. Okay, interesting. Got you. Was out of that show? Yeah. So 3 episodes of Doctor Who with David in November. We're definitely looking forward to it. Young Aegon. Oh, so Young Aegon is the son. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. Look at his father putting him in positions to be able to do well.
And how are you feeling, dear Herald of Bareth?
Wow. Nah, even though that option is hilarious, I want to get the hell up out of here. I've not forgotten myself, if that's what you're asking.
But now we're left with a conundrum. What to do? What to do with this overgrown sack of meat?
Woo! Have you met my friend Council Hot? He's in need of a body.
Watcher! Watcher! Watcher!
The deity's eyes twinkle like the firmament.
You are positively wasted on Bareth. The oracle through whom you commune with us serves as the body's brain, so to speak, provided the Archmage's skull, and all will unfold as dictated.
Wild's eyes close and are gone. Your stomach lurches as the ground disappears from under you. And with a sensation like a pop somewhere deep within the recesses of your mind, you plummet back into your physical body. The air cloys at your skin, humid and warm.
I have not played Planescape Torment or obviously its sequel, but many people have told me Planescape Torment is absolutely the best story in RPGs. So I definitely plan to do a full playthrough of it. That's something we'll probably do in the members section, to be honest. When I get through with Kingmaker, I think in the members section we'll switch off. Like one game I'll let the members choose, next game I'll choose. One game they'll choose, next game I'll choose. And I think I'm going to choose the next game, and it's going to be Planescape Torment, because I really want to play that, and I really want to be able to do content for it. So looking forward to that. I really need to watch Doctor Who. On a different note, it's down to me that we haven't gotten a massive Game of Thrones RPG yet. It seems perfect for it. We haven't gotten a massive one yet. Telltale Games did 1, maybe 2 Game of Thrones games. I played the first one. It was very good. It was very well done. But, well done in the Telltale style, meaning that there were a whole bunch of bugs and stability issues, things of that nature. But from a storyline and writing perspective, it was fantastic. Yeah, Claudia Black, I absolutely need. I didn't really like the sequel as much, but Planescape Torment is amazing. Why didn't you like the sequel as much? The oracle blinks at you, as if trying to brush sleep from its many eyes. The previous waves of pain seem to have subsided. You open your hand to find yourself grasping a warm, pulsing shard of metal. A memento from Whale, it seems.
I'm glad to see you return to us with all your faculties intact.
He gives you a pained smile.
I thought about stabbing it in, well, the eye, I guess, while you were taking that nap, but, well, what if you were inside it or something?
I will, Bugmite. As soon as I get through with Kingmaker, that'll be next.
You communed with the obscured.
Give Council Heart to the Oracle. Whale wanted you to have this.
Watcher, what game is this you're playing? Don't toy with my hopes and ambitions. I have no stomach for it.
Irresponsible. It is, but y'all will be all right. No games. I'm giving you the freedom to do your worst. You won't get a better offer than that.
I cannot pretend to understand your motives, but since they align quite neatly with my own,
Council Heart swivels to regard the Oracle.
I am ready to ascend. Finally, a body that lasts.
I was so gutted that they never completed the Telltale games. Yeah, as we've already discussed, I've got a ton of streaming games on deck for this year. So probably not this year, but when we get through with that Dragon Age series and Tyranny, I want to comb through some of those Telltale games. I love The Wolf Among Us. I loved The Walking Dead. I only played like one episode of the Batman game, but what I played was fantastic there as well. Like, Telltale just had an absolutely incredible run, and I'm really hoping that the new Wolf Among Us will be the start of another incredible run for them. Like, they were doing some really, really unique things. PSD, Planescape Torment, Suzanne. Hello, should I finish Pillars 1 before playing Pillars Eternity 2? Harpoon, what's going on? Glad you had to make the stream. It'll certainly give you some perspective. You can transfer your save from Pillars Eternity 1 into 2, so that's to your advantage, but you don't have to. If you're already playing it, then I think it's absolutely worth your while. You get some of the same party members, some of the same original characters show up. There are a lot of references to the original game, so you'll probably enjoy Pillars of Eternity 2 more if you've played 1. But again, you don't have to. They get you right up to speed at the beginning of the second game, and you could just jump right into it if you wanted to. Yeah, Hulk, they dropped that amazing trailer for Wolf Among Us 2, and then we haven't heard anything. And my understanding is that this game is supposed to be on a new engine. You know, part of the stability issues they were having before is they were using the same crappy engine over and over again, like Bethesda. So my understanding is now that they've upgraded to something new, and hopefully that should give us a significantly better experience. We'll see. The Batman Telltale game is the only game I've ever 100%ed. It was amazing. It was amazing. It had Batman, Catwoman, the Joker, like, in that open RPG, multiple branching dialogue setting. Fantastic. Time to know that's really a spiritual successor, not a true sequel. In my opinion, the writing in general was a lot weaker in the sequel. Also, I wasn't a big fan of how they did skills and combat in the sequel. Interesting. So my understanding is Planescape Torment is a game where you don't really need to engage in combat at all, where you could basically just talk your way through the entire game. Is that actually true? And did that hold up in the sequel, or the sequel wasn't really the same? Yep, no problem, Harpoon. Yeah, let me down. The Oracle accepts Council Hall into its tentacles, and the skull vanishes somewhere within the entity's fleshy form.
You, the schemer, you possess. We feel.
One eye stalk focuses on your gear and the God Seed within. Give it the God Seed here.
Most important.
Its tentacles wrap about the pieces of the God Seed and draw them tightly to its body.
Accept this in exchange.
One of its tentacles produces a fleshy ring from somewhere and tosses it at your feet.
Go then. Leave us to our slumber.
Ooh. And so it ends. Good Lord. This freaking quest.
Keeping an eye out.
Oh, okay. That's how we get to the temple. I was about to say. Whoo. Anything else over here? No? All right, let's go. Ramsay was really good in the Game of Thrones game. Absolutely. So creepy. So creepy, so threatening. Really, really good stuff. The burned book grows warm in your pack. Sequel really wasn't the same. You had to kind of build your character in a certain direction.
You're back, and a bit more alive than I anticipated.
And oftentimes, if you didn't have the skills for the situation, it would lead to combat. Interesting. Okay. But in the original, can you avoid combat most of the time? Or I'm curious as far as how do I need to build myself? Because I don't think I've ever played a game where I honestly felt like I could go strictly into persuasion and be safe, like not built for combat at all. I wish Telltale Batman series would be turned into a cinematic universe in the DCU. It was that good. Talk to you later through the whole game. That doesn't sound fun. It's not fun. You might as well read a book. Yeah. Well, that's why I want to do a playthrough of it for the members section. Because in the members section, you know, I voice the whole, I voice everything. And so it'll be more fun that way if I'm voicing the dialogue and acting out the characters and all that kind of stuff. I feel like I'll probably be able to make good content out of it. Tane looks you over and chooses thumbnail.
You've got some gore on you. It's just awful. Really, here, let me help.
Tane starts brushing ropey strings of whale stuff off your shoulders. He pauses to gag softly. The next time a god asks you to unclog a bowel obstruction, tell them I'm busy.
Welcome back. You've returned in one piece.
Something's different since you came back. You know that feeling when hope dies and leaves you with a cold pit in your stomach? That. Except we're in the stomach.
Tane tucks his hands under his armpits and shivers. Before you can form an answer, a low vibration builds in the scriptorium, shaking books off the shelves and sending them in free fall to the abyss below.
I am the death of hope. Soon the Circle, the Archipelago, and all of Aora will know that Conselhort is the only god worthy of your fear.
Oh, snap!
Our insignificant Pantheon will know me as an adversary that can rival time, entropy, forgetfulness, and death. Existence whimpers in my eternal shadow, and it is all thanks to you.
A barbed, dripping tentacle grows out from the mottled flesh of the ceiling and points down at you. I'll miss you. Don't be a stranger.
Farewell, Watcher. You should feel honored to count yourself as a footnote in the legend of my apotheosis.
Some warmth returns as Council Halt's voice fades from the scriptorium. Tane and Lingrath share an uncertain glance. It's not 100% the case, but combat can be avoided in most situations. Best way to play is to focus on increasing intelligence, wisdom, and charisma to get the most story. There are really only 2 mandatory combat bosses and a few dungeon crawls. Nice. Okay. Green Thief, what's going on, man? How are you? I wonder what is on Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Not in early access, but BG3 is. I mean, my thinking is that more than likely Dreadwolf is going to be smaller than BG3 is, and they didn't do, or at least I don't think they did early access for any of the other Dragon Ages. So, you know, I feel like this is just their creation process. I'm not worried about it. Look, a game being in early access doesn't stop it from being buggy as all hell. It just means the portion of the game that was in early access more than likely is going to be okay. I mean, that's what happened with Wrath of the Righteous, right? Like, the portion that fans were allowed to play and send tickets for, those areas were much cleaner. But Act 5, which was kept out of early access, buggy as all hell, a bunch of problems. So I don't necessarily look at early access like, oh yeah, it's an early access. It's definitely going to be more stable. Like, no, that's not the case. It's been a long time, but from when I remember there's a few mandatory combats, but besides that, you can get out of all others with persuasion or straight up running away. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Sounds good. Some warp returns as Console Alt's voice fades from the script. Oh, I read that.
You know, I did not see that one coming. Wouldn't have guessed it if I lived to be 1,000.
Tane clears his throat as the color slowly returns to his face.
Your short-sightedness will surely become the stuff of legends, should we live long enough to tell them.
Lengraf exhales a bone-weary sigh.
Well, if history is any teacher, Console Hot and his new body will be separated from each other in no time.
Awesome. And what's going on? How are you? I'm going to miss that little guy. There's a gap in my belongings which only he can fill.
However, it turns out, I think I speak for everyone when I say that we'll miss old Console Hot, and we wish him a fair and interesting rampage.
Beaming, Tane folds his arms and nods. Lengraf slowly shakes her head.
What do you plan to do next?
Lengraf raises herself to her full height, taking on a slightly more officious air. Aethys is still out there. I need answers. Maybe even vengeance.
I pray you'll take a rest from inflicting yourself upon those who request your help, as I foolishly did.
Uh-oh.
If I see you in the next life, it will be too soon. Goodbye.
Lengraf turns away without another word. Well, good lord, lady. You gonna just pretend I didn't just help you? Come on now. Crisis averted.
Watcher. Glad we get this little moment to ourselves.
Tane clears his throat and shifts his weight from foot to foot.
That was a nice thing you did for Console Hot. He doesn't always know how to show gratitude, or kindness, or empathy, or happiness, but I know he appreciates it. In a really evil way, but... Look at me getting all sentimental again. You need anything from your friend Tane, you just ask.
He winks and nudges you with his shoulder. Farewell. You got any more to say?
Do I look like an archmage yet?
Bracana strikes a pose and cocks her head wearing a silly grin.
It might take a little time still. I should find some better robes. A nice tall hat, maybe.
She shrugs. Farewell. For being honest, early access is just for companies that are too lazy or too poor for actual beta testers. Like, I don't know. When we're looking at those games that are literally 100, 150 hours, I don't feel bad about early access. Like, I feel like it's more than just resources. Like, it's just a massive endeavor to try to comb through the bugs in those games. She refuses to acknowledge you. Oh, wow. On second thought, never mind. Well, fine then, lady. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally finished this damn DLC. Yep, we're good. Oh, I'm going to close that whole section so I don't even have to look at it. Okay, now we're going to head back to Nakataka and turn in all these wonderful quests. If we're being on, howdy. Damas, what's going on, man? How are you? Yes, sir. Not only did I do it, I did it on my first try. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very happy with myself. We are good. Yeah, this was a DLC. This wasn't even the base game. I pretty much finished all the quests in the main story. I just had to finish the very last one for the ending. So now I'm cleaning up the DLC and some of the hardest stuff in the game. But yeah, we finished the majority of it. All right, where am I going? Nakataka. No, I'm saying DA4 and BG3 was in production at the same time, but we have no news and more. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh crap. Originally, the crew. 1 second. You lose the weight. And hey, ranks game. I skipped through that because we've done something similar before. EA originally wanted Dragon Age 4 to be a multiplayer game. And they didn't change their mind until Jedi Fallen Order. The success of Jedi Fallen Order made them take a step back and say, you know what? Maybe we should continue to do single player games. And so Dragon Age 4 went from this game that was originally going to be a live service to now pivoting to try to be the standard single player game that we've all come to know and love. And because of that, it's been in development hell. Whereas I would venture to say Baldur's Gate 3 has probably always had a much stronger and unified vision. And consequently, it's significantly further along. A lot of people felt like Dragon Age 4 would surely be at the Game Awards, and it wasn't, because they're just not ready to show anything of it at all. At all. Blackfish, what's going on, man? Thank you. Glad you're enjoying it. Better to be mentally prepared instead of frustrated and tired, I guess. Yeah, Demas, I would agree. I would absolutely agree. I got to go back and watch these from the beginning. It's all in the playlist. Absolutely. To be fair, BioWare's always kept things close to the chest, so little news about DF4 is surprising. Yeah, like I can't remember ever playing a BioWare game in early access. So
it is a pleasure to see you once again. Tell me, how is the sailing? Smooth? Nothing to delay your expedition.
Button hit. Oh yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button, please. It really helps to the algorithm to push my stream out. I appreciate you all. I'll throw my money at any good RPG. That's all I want at the end of the day. Like, even when I came out with my video, make it clear I didn't like what I saw from the Dragon Age leaks. It's not because I don't like action RPGs. I play Assassin's Creed. I play other action RPGs. It's not like I only play CRPGs. But Dragon Age, it's its own separate thing. And I hate when developers take something that was unique, that it was own separate thing, and then they try to copy something else that seems to work and just throw it in there to dilute that in the effort of trying to pull in a bunch of people who probably wouldn't play your game anyway. Let's be honest. This is the 4th entry in a series when the last game came out 10 years ago. This game is going to succeed or fail based off of the strength of the people who already love Dragon Age, not the new people coming in. Because new people looking at it going to say, well, it's the 4th game. Should I have played the original ones? I never played any of them. Will I really understand? I don't know who this bald-headed elf guy is in all the photos. I don't know if I'm going to get this. Maybe I shouldn't buy it. The folks who are already into Dragon Age are the ones who are going to buy it. So completely upending things and trying to essentially make it another Demon Souls-like game just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. They were trying to make Dragon Age like Destiny. That's what they were trying to do. That's exactly what they wanted to do. They had Anthem, and then they were going to work on Dragon Age being their next live service game. EA definitely went through a phase where they thought all their games should be like that. Have you ever thought about doing a face-to-face podcast with your subscribers? I actually plan to start my own podcast. I never thought about doing it like face-to-face with my subscribers, but I definitely want to start doing interviews with other people in the industry and being able to bring my subscribers information that they haven't seen before. But I've had this weird issue where I've actually been congested for like 2.5 weeks now. So I can't really go an hour interviewing without coughing, hacking up phlegm, all the kind of stuff. And so because of that, I felt like I had to hold off.
How might I assist you?
Anthem has so much potential. Yeah, you know, I didn't play it, but I heard some really good things about it like several months after release when they finally got a bunch of patches in and stabilized it. Like the end game is still trash, but the overall game, I've heard that it's actually really fun when you get down to it. Yeah, money, of course. It's very rare that a fantasy game actually makes a big impact on me. Dragon Age Origins is one of the few. Dragon Age Inquisition got close, but wore down my interest before I finished. Definitely going to wait for the game to be out of bed and opinions to settle on it before I decide if I play Dragon Age 4 or not. Don't worry, that's definitely a game where I'll have a review up ASAP and let you all know how I feel. Like Harry Potter, I originally planned to do a lot of content for it and jump on the bandwagon, but then I heard like you can't be a dark evil mage, and I was like, whatever. But Dragon Age 4, even if Dragon Age 4 sucks, even if it's absolutely the opposite of what I want, I'm still gonna play it. Just to see the end of Solas' story, I'm still gonna play it, still gonna go through it. So I'll definitely be doing content for it, without question. I'm a vampire, so you can ask me a few questions. He's not handwriting. I've got some material for your book.
I could not have hoped for a better partner in this endeavor.
If it plays like Dragon's Dogma, for instance, I am so there, even if it is sad to see. But that's the thing. That's why I said in my video, like, Dragon's Dogma was amazing. The combat was amazing. Sure. Who believes BioWare could create a system like Dragon's Dogma? Like, let's be honest. I'm trying to, during that video, I was trying to think of a game that BioWare has made where I was like, wow, this is a top tier combat system. Like, everybody should be reaching this should be using this combat system. I've never felt that way. The combat has always been like cool or serviceable or whatever, but it's never been like Dragon's Dogma, God of War, holy smokes, people are definitely going to be copying this type of system. And I don't think they're capable of that.
Your well-deserved pay, of course. Why stop here? We're making good headway, and you've certainly proven yourself. I'm sending you far out west this time, past Port Maje, past the Wakara Reef, and even the Kangati Islands. Nobody's been out that way in ages. All manner of dark stories. I'm sure you'll be fine. I'll be waiting.
You're not gonna let me re-up with him?
Welcome back. It is a pleasure to see you. How might I assist you?
Game looks really good. Yeah, the Harry Potter game, the environments and whatnot look amazing. And I've heard really good things about the combat. The combat is very challenging. But the problem for me is I'm all about story and dialogue, and really party members is what I love the most as well. So it's a solitary game. That automatically is a strike for me. And from everything I've heard, the story is really not the focus. The story is kind of throwaway, and it doesn't truly let you be evil. So basically, you could be kind of a jerk, but you've got to play it in a linear one-way style. That's not the kind of games I play. That's not something that appeals to me. So even though I love Harry Potter and I love that world, I feel like the game's probably not for me. I'm going to end up playing it anyway because my wife will probably want to watch me play it. And, you know, our daughter can sit on the couch and be introduced to Harry Potter. So it'll work out. Maybe one day someone will reboot the idea. Maybe. It's weird to me that people didn't start copying Dragon's Dogma's combat system. I feel like it's difficult to copy. I feel like you can't just do a copy paste on that. Like, you've really got to be able to think it through on how you're going to implement that properly. I don't think it's that simple. Whereas with something like Demon Souls, it's easy for games to kind of at least pretend and say, hey, we're just like Demon Souls, and put a couple of those things in place. I don't think Dragon's Dogma is nearly that easy. Maybe on like the PS9. Gotta make the wife happy. Absolutely, you know it. I've got some materials for your books.
Wonderful. I can't wait to... Oh. Is that a little fish man you've drawn? I had already set the coin aside for you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. We are getting into deeper water now, so to speak. We call the islands along the east of Magran's Teeth the Burning Shoals. As you might imagine, it gets a little hot.
Awesome.
2 of the islands haven't been surveyed yet. You'll want to sail northeast from the docks to reach the islands. I'll be waiting. Welcome back, welcome back.
If you play Dragon's Dogma as a warrior, of course, how you don't kill yourself.
Nothing to delay your expedition.
I don't remember it well enough. Were there even classes in Dragon's Dogma? Oh, you know, there were, but I always played as the magic archer. Like, that was always my favorite one. And then, right, I played as the magic archer, and then I would always have whoever my friend was, that would be the warrior character. And then we go out together. Every developer jumped on the lose your XP when you die wagon since DS1 became popular. Yep. So 10 years of development. Boss Page, what's going on, man? How are you? 10 years of development for this. Imagine from Salt that include the DD climate mechanics into Elden Ring, though. I never played Elden Ring, so I couldn't compare. I'm okay with the combat if trying to be like the next Witcher 3. But Dragon's Dogma is a no game. You didn't like Dragon's Dogma, Hulk?
How might I assist you?
Got some material?
So there's only one corner of the map left.
Excellent. Sansa fusses briefly with his pockets, then his belt before handing you a bulging coin purse.
Only it's for good reason. The waters in those parts are... Well, this region is probably why I had so much trouble finding help before you came along. Time to set out for the Razai Passage, out to the northwest. There are several islands out there nobody's done more than Ogolat from afar. I know you can do better.
Oh, so you had a magic archer and a sorcerer paired up? See, I always had a warrior because I felt like there needed to be somebody who would run out and be the frontliner. And so I used the warrior to be able to, engage with people, and then I would just snipe them from behind. Does archer and sorcerer work well also? Any upgrade? I'm playing it, and it's so much more fun than the warrior. That's awesome. Dogma rules. It's very different, but also fun. I absolutely agree. I had a great time with Dogma.
I'll be waiting.
Well, I hate that they make you get out of conversation with them.
I've always wondered what was over there. I made a list. Fire giants, giant fire ants, fire snakes wasn't on there. Wait, this means...
You played a priest. I never even bothered with priest. I don't think I've ever even... Yeah. I never even looked into it. I was like, magic archer? Psh, that's me. I played assassin because I love the ability to set the explosive charge even though it wasn't super strong. Interesting. Okay, cool. Beast, yeah, not only did I defeat the boss, but I defeated him on the very first try. Always had the sorcerer for the elemental weapon buffs and the healing status, curing spells. Yeah, interesting. I don't think Dragon's Dogma is the type of game that I would circle back to, but when the second one comes out, I'll definitely be playing it.
You've done it. You've really done it. Oh, I could kiss you.
Hey, calm down, buddy.
This is going to put both our names in the history books. I am sure of it.
Enjoy your legacy as a foot.
Maya chuckles and elbows you in your ribs.
I'm nearly done putting everything together. Come back later and I'll give you the very first copy of the Explorer's Guide to the Deadfire.
Huh. Later when? Here. 24 hours. Dragon's Dogma could be pretty slow for some people used to traveling around fast. Yeah,
Face lady, huh?
that was...
You deserve better, Captain.
Usually I don't like games...
Explorer returns. You here.
Ooh.
Your very own copy of the book as...
Haha. That's awesome.
How might I assist you?
Leave. Okay. Usually I don't like games where you can't fast travel. And that was the thing. Dragon's Dogma, you had to walk around everywhere, and you were walking around the same areas over and over, but it never got old. Hey, I was all about it.
Life soldier?
Where I'm from, sometimes the simple life comes knocking on your door with nooses and pitchforks.
The remains of that kind of OP. Interesting. I never thought about it. I always assumed like the way to go was to have a warrior with you. Yeah, Dragon's Dogma just created a fantastic system. Absolutely agreed, DeMoss. There can be a lot of backtracking. That's another thing I usually hate in games, but again, it does not bother me in Dragon's Dogma. All that backtracking, it's fine. Oh, that's right. That's why mine hasn't been moving forward in romance dialogue, because I haven't talked to Atsura. So her quest technically isn't done. God dog it. I really should have done that beforehand. I hope I didn't screw this up. Oh, well. Honestly, I found the world in Dragon's Dogma too dull to continue after some 18 hours of playtime. Nope, not me, because the bosses steadily get harder. So even though you're traveling through some of the same areas, the fights become completely different. I think Magic Archer was the best DPS, I think, of the Rogue build. I definitely felt like I was lighting people up. I installed a mod to remove the stamina cost of sprinting. Also on PC, you get an unlimited use fairy stone to teleport around. Ooh, okay. I didn't play Dragon's Dogma on PC. I played on Xbox, so I didn't get to experience that. Apparently, you can fast travel in DD, but I didn't figure out how it works, and I don't think the game itself explained how you could do that well. Didn't you have to you had to be some type of dragon character, right? And then you would get some sort of item. I seem to remember something like that where you could do it, but you couldn't do it alone. Something along those lines. Where it just wasn't simple for you to be able to make that happen. I'm really ready to be finished with this game. I'm really, really excited for Divinity Original Sin 2. Boom. Here we go.
Don't keep Karoo waiting too long.
Maya has business with you.
Indeed. I hope we return victorious.
He turns to her with a bold, almost confrontational stare, a look that seems to mirror her own.
It's done in any case. I'll leave you to decide what victory means.
Atsura, care to explain what you've been up to?
Maya has been assisting with plans to work toward peace in some of the more tumultuous parts of Deadfire.
He raised his eyebrows, looking back at her.
A noisy kind of peace, but it's all we're likely to get.
I used to like in the DLC they would have random boss fight rooms. I thought that was key at making the game feel fresh. Absolutely. I will say, while Hogwarts Legacy isn't the RPG we wanted, there's a tabletop RPG for Harry Potter that's super good. They use the same system as Vampire the Masquerade. Really? That's awesome. I agree, Boss Page. DOS 2 was absolutely fantastic. Really, really great game. You have to set the travel point first, then you can fast travel to that spot. Got you. Bugmite, I have played DOS 2. I haven't played it on the channel, and I haven't played it for years, so I'm really looking forward to be able to get back into it again. So there are these two items called Porch Stones and Fairy Stones. When you use a Fairy Stone, you can teleport to any other Porch Stones in the world. Ah, interesting. I don't think I've ever played DOS 2 as a non-custom character. Really? So you've never used any of the origins? The origin stories are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Well worth experiencing.
Then we must take what we can.
He stares her down with a challenge in his eyes.
I'm certain Harama would agree. He's well, after all, thanks to your decisive action.
He cocks his head.
Twaha reports success and sends her thanks for your swift intervention. You have aided your countrymen with distinction. There is no higher honor to which a trencher may ascribe.
He tilts his head toward her, emphasizing his words.
But what of your own assignment?
You sent Maya to kill a man. He shifts his gaze to you.
For a most noble cause, I assure you.
He looks pained.
You've always been self-sufficient and resolute in purpose, Maya. It surprises me that you should discuss your orders so freely.
You can find a limited number of Porch Stones in the world and place them where you want to be able to teleport to. There's also 2 Porch Stones, starting town and main city, that are always there. Oh, interesting. Hulk, my wife and I played DOS 1 together. I enjoyed it because I was with her, but overall, it wasn't a game that I'm crazy about, which is why I'm not going to be streaming it. I missed it. KK, what's going on? We absolutely gave Console Hawk the body, and it was absolutely hilarious. Console Hawk went crazy. Made it clear he plans to rule the whole damn planet. You start New Game Plus, your portions carry over, so you can just teleport wherever you want right off the bat. Ooh, that's huge. Yeah, I definitely didn't do that. Yeah, the game doesn't inform you about those two systems very much at all. Yeah. You know, sometimes it's nice. Sometimes it's nice when the game doesn't tell you how great it is, you know, and you have to stumble upon these things. Played through multiple times, done all the quest lines with them as companions, but no, never played through as those origins. You'll see me do it. Yeah, they implemented fast travel easier later on, but at that point, it was already too late, in my opinion. Yeah, KK, definitely happy with my choice.
Cargo shifts on long journeys no matter how tightly you tie it down, sir.
Maya glances your way and nods.
At ease. When it comes down to it, I know you will always do what must be done.
He pauses, fixing her with his strange, unwavering gaze.
Rauatai values your service, as do I. And I can think of no better reward for the rough country's finest sharpshooter than a piece such as this.
-5 range accuracy where arquebus attack, -15% crit damage, -10 deflection against melee weapons, reduced base damage attacks in a line, maximum 3. Yeah, okay, whatever.
I won't keep you. I know you both have plenty of business to attend to.
Farewell. Clearing her throat once, and then again, Maya raises her eyes to yours when you glance over.
Oh, you wanted something, Captain?
Something on your mind?
You could say that. I'll go ahead and say it. You're halfway toward all right.
Maya purses her lips and appraises you up and down. You're not too shabby yourself, soldier.
Oh, I know. But it's kind of you to say. Have you ever... Dumb question, but here I go anyway.
Maya folds her arms and shifts away from one foot to the other. I'll have to go back and watch the outcome of giving Council out the body once I finish my Pillars of Eternity 2 playthrough. I don't have his skull. You probably just haven't done this the quest yet that allows you to get it. It's kind of later in the game. Like even when you pick it up, it's probably 3 red skulls. Like you just don't realize he's going to be in that quest, but it's going to be a while before you're able to do it. At a certain point in the game, the world of changes towards the in-game enemies change. Yeah. Dagon, what's going on, man? How are you? Yeah, Dragon's Dogma, the enemies are constantly getting harder.
You ever gotten close to someone, even though it just wasn't ordinary?
A god stepped on me once.
Yeah, that about kicks the legs out from under ordinary, doesn't it? What I'm talking about is a scenario where a difference in rank can get in the way of enjoying shore leave.
Ah, you mean a tryst between captain and crew?
Yeah, that about covers it. I'm just testing the direction of the wind here. Best not to overthink it.
On Normandy, the captain gets to make the rules.
Interesting answer. I like the sound of that authority. I've enjoyed that sort of arrangement before. Nothing to suggest I won't enjoy it again someday.
Maya plants her hands on her hip and smiles to herself. Sooner rather than later, one hopes.
Depends on what's in front of me and what's on the horizon, Captain. Well, I've laid out my thoughts. You must have a couple.
I like you, Maya. Let's see where this goes.
Be a pleasure, Captain.
The edges of Maya's mouth crack with a repressed smile.
The funny thing is that Ishii can get particular about people.
Maya glances down at her bird, hiding a tiny smile.
And when he doesn't take to someone, neither do I.
You're saying that someone would have to cozy up with your bird to... What exactly does Yoshiza look for in a special friend?
I'm sure he'd tell you if you asked nicely. Not everyone's a bird lover, that's fine. Some days I can't stand another second of Captain Stinkfeathers. But Ishii and I are never parted for longer than a few breaths. Take that however you will.
Can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I'd like to speak with your bird.
Try not to use any foul language.
Chuckling to herself, Maya steps back and gives you space. Perking up at attention, Yoshiza takes a cautious hop closer. He tips his head to the side and fixes you with a scrutinizing glare. Try to read Yoshiza's soul. No sooner do you bridge the distance to Yoshiza's soul than he turns his cold, mismatched gaze toward you. The force of his attention hits you like a whip. You really got me excited for Dragon Age. Can't wait for the endless bandit and pushes. If they're smart, they'll make it a live service looter shooter as well. Stop it. Stop it. You know what? I firmly believe the game is not coming out till next year, and they will have plenty of time to get this all ironed out. I'm keeping the faith. Holding on to the faith.
Well, this is unexpected.
A voice cuts through the din of your thoughts, a feminine one, accompanied by the sound of feathers rustling against each other. Halia? Glancing your direction, Maya frowns at you. To all outward appearances, whisper to yourself.
What exactly did you set out to accomplish by peering into the soul of this noble creature?
Ishiza cocks his head. Maya suggested that Ishiza and I get on better terms.
I see.
A slight breeze rustles Ishiza's feathers.
You should already know better than to trust everything Maya has to say. The prospect of sharing her company. I can tell from here that it intrigues. Far be it from me to judge affection. Better that it bloom or wilt uninterrupted.
Halia lets out a wistful sigh that manifests as a cool breeze around your neck.
While the Deadfire is being cut, cauterized, and trampled, it is charming to find someone who makes time for such elaborate foreplay.
Any advice that can help me out here?
I can say for certain that this is a very hungry, overworked, and at times underappreciated bird.
Ishiza spreads open his wings, studying his own plumage with evident curiosity.
He and Maya share that much in common, at least.
Yeah, definitely Planescape Torment vibes from this, or Mask of the Betrayer. Ooh, I've heard good things about Master of the Betrayer as well. Yeah, Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, they're in that same vein of games. That's part of why I love it. If that's the current alpha, it better not be out till late next year. Dagon, I'm not going to let you bring, unless it's on iOS, I'm not going to let you bring me down. Dreadwolf is going to be good. We just got to hold these people accountable and let them know what we want. Got some good XP from those ambushes.
Beyond that, I leave the rest up to you.
You receive the mental impression of an amused shrug. What's your take on Maya? Upon catching her name being spoken, Maya furrows her brow and glances your way again. She seems on the verge of speaking up, but then shakes her head and resumes her business.
Do you often turn to birds for relationship advice? I sense that Maya does not easily allow others into her confidence. She is observing you closer.
Held the line. Exactly, Boss Page. I admire your face. Very Sisters of Battle. Unwavering. Until that game comes out, I'm going with the perspective of this is absolutely going to be an experience that I will enjoy.
She has much on her mind. This may all be a whimsical diversion. That, or she is softening you up for the red work of her masters.
Damas, Mass Effect 4 is supposed to be, well, technically it'll be Mass Effect 5, right? Mass Effect 5 is supposed to be on its way. But if Dragon Age 4 is not coming out until next year, I doubt they will release both in the same year. So it makes me think we may not get Mass Effect 5 until 2025. We'll see.
But you already know about that.
Whisper that she's an assassin.
Such a heartless word for an occupation which takes great skill to practice well. I babble. What does the goddess of creativity know of kith courtship?
Ishiza tips his head to the side and winks. I answered your question. Now you answer mine. What are you doing in Ishiza's soul?
Observing. The one you call Ishiza makes for a convenient lens into your travels.
What do you like so much about Mech Warrior, Boss Page?
Try not to take it too personally.
I guess we're finished for now.
Best of luck in your mating ritual, Watcher.
The presence pulls away, and you find yourself once again staring into the eyes of an alert, if less intelligent, Ishiza. Try to feed Ishiza. As you open your pack, Ishiza hops closer, craning back his head to observe with interest. His pupils narrow with desire as he catches a whiff of shark meat, swims some shark meat in his direction. Pecking at it delicately at first, Vashiza tosses closer to the wind and devours the haunch of meat with wild abandon. He looks up at you imploringly, offering Shiza some more shark meat. He accepts the offering eagerly, picking apart and forcing down the meat with untrammeled joy. This time his look is determined, ravenous. He pecks at your belongings like he would he would a ripe carcass. I'd die if MA and DA came out the same year. That would be wild. Nah, Andromeda was a spinoff. It's in before. We'll see. It was one of the first great games I played. Oh, interesting. I agree, Suzanne. Pump the brakes so far. Pump the brakes. But that would be wild. Like if Dragon Age came out towards the beginning of the year and then Mass Effect came out towards like the end of the year, that would be a damn good year. You brought it up, but has anyone played Anthem? If so, how was the combat? I admittedly never played. I've never played it. But the guy I did the interview with about the what is the name of that stuff? Dungeons and Dragons. The guy I interviewed about the Dungeons and Dragons OGL stuff, Renthale, he played Anthem and he loved it. He said the combat was really amazing. He said the flying was just absolutely incredible. But upon launch, it was so janky and so unstable that it was understandable that so many people abandoned it. But he said that a month later, when it was finally all patched up and stabilized, it's actually a really, really fun experience from what he said right now. And he said the classes are very distinctive. And so he was like, it's really a lot of fun to play, but it took him way too long to get the game to that state. Offer him some more shark meat. He flaps his wings and descends on the meat, throwing back his head to choke as much down in a single go as possible.
Now that is what I'd call a happy bird.
Maya folds her arms and grins.
Not to mention a fat bird. Pretty soon I'll have to roll him around like a cask of ale.
It's important to me that every member of the crew is well fed, even the birds.
Mark of a good captain, I'd say. Consider your performance noted.
Maya bites her thumbnail and smiles. Are we on friendlier terms yet?
It didn't take you long to open up to the idea at first. I like that eagerness. Let's say you've graduated to achieving the bare minimum of my favor.
Maya folds her arms and grins.
Which is farther than most anyone gets.
Where do we performance? Was this just a test?
You're talking to a competitive naval sharpshooter with a litter of brothers.
Piranha Games president has revealed in an interview that an all-new single-player MechWarrior game is currently... Wait, Piranha Games? The same people who made Elix? The folks who made Elix and Gothic are working on the new MechWarrior game? So, is it... I thought MechWarrior was just like robots get together and shoot at each other. Is this like supposed to be a full all-out RPG? Like, we hope they can make an action RPG, assuming they learn from it. The Anthem combat was fun. The movie was impeccable. If there was any actual content after the story, it would have been pretty good. Yeah, I heard the in-game stuff was terrible.
Everything's a test. But you also fed my bird, which is just plain decent.
Where do we go from here?
Well...
Touching your arm, Maya surprises herself with a gesture and pulls her hand away just as fast. Her fingers felt calloused and very warm.
Sorry. I'm not new to this. I'm just not used to sharing company longer than a single voyage. I can't say where this goes next, but I'm keen on where it is now.
What do you look for in a partner?
A man will do in a pinch, as long as their best thinking comes from the appropriate brain. Women usually make for better conversation. Not that this isn't its own kind of charming. I just get a feeling about certain people, no matter their equipment. I usually go for the clever ones, though they're not always clever enough to tell that I'm available. What about you? What do you fancy?
She cocks her head to the side. I find myself unusually attracted to military sharpshooters.
That right.
She raises her finger to her lips and smiles. MechWarrior 5 isn't bad, but it's the worst one. Not surprising given their previous games. The Gothic devs, yeah. MechWarrior always had great story in it. That was the draw. Oh, interesting. Okay. MechWarrior was mostly a mech sim game with single-player campaigns. MechWarrior Online was kind of unique. Moonlight, what's going on? How are you? Piranha Bytes and Piranha Games are not the same. Oh, there we go. Sorry. I didn't realize there's 2 devs with Piranha in the name. Wouldn't call it RPG. Maya likes women better. It seems so, but you know, she's going to make an exception for me.
We're all slaves to our own nameless want, aren't we?
She shakes her head, grinning. I think we both want this, as long as it's on our terms.
Sounds nice when you say it like that. A little wholesome for my taste, but nice. However it pans out. Thanks for taking the time. And for the bird food.
I had some questions.
I've got some answers.
And let's be off. Okay.
With everything going on at once, I wondered if... Gods, if we could talk.
Maya nurses her brow and sighs. You could talk to me about anything, baby.
You're a good captain. Maybe I don't say that enough.
I got no complaints at all, Moonlight. I finally got past this difficult fight that I repeated about 16 times last stream. I don't think you joined at all last stream. Last stream was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. But I made up for it very quickly, and now we're back to making progress in the game. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm doing great. Glad to hear you're doing well also. USPS made Battletech the PC game. Same thing. Do you have any news on the Pillar of Eternity prequel or sequel called Avowed? Absolutely not, Hulk. Absolutely not. We all know nothing. Well, liking women better still makes you like men a little too, so no exceptions needed. I'm saying she likes me more than them all. Other men, other women, I stand above all of it.
Can we take a detour to the officer's lounge in the Brass Citadel? I could use a drink.
Maya shrugs and tips her head. Won't any tavern do?
I'd feel cozier with my kind. Away from the rest of the rabble. I want to take my mind off what doesn't need to be there.
Maya frowns to herself and shrugs. Let's be off.
I appreciate it, Captain. Hope you don't mind if I gather my thoughts on the way.
All right.
Think of anything else that goes with Hazanui?
Progress. All right, Maya is ours. Whale DLC done. Let's turn. Cartographer got everything he needed. Let's go ahead and turn in. Let's do what mine needs. Looking forward to Avowed. I absolutely. The reason we're playing through the Pillars of Eternity games now is I thought for sure Avowed was going to come out this year. It seems like that's becoming less and less likely, but my whole thought pattern was, hey, let's play these Pillars games right before we get the new Avowed game. All right, there was a method to my madness, but more and more I'm thinking Avowed is probably going to be 2024. I just don't see, consider the fact we've heard nothing thus far.
I feel like I should set the record straight.
It just doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Round one was a buried entry. Gotta add to sleep. Take care, Random. Have a good one. For a fact, you don't date her. She hooks up with Jory. I heard that, and I'm gonna have to look at the scenes on YouTube. I'm wondering what those conversations are like. I bet it's really funny. Apparently, everyone is bisexual in this. Yeah, seems like it. Yeah, most of the romances you could have. They're whatever. But you know what? It's weird. Dragon Age 2 was like that. I hated it. I felt it, to me, it seemed forced. It kind of just blank slated all the characters. I felt like it kind of made them less individuals, you know? Here, it doesn't bother me. Here, I feel like all the people that are bisexual, it kind of makes sense that they're bisexual. Like, there's nobody where I looked at it, I was like, it's kind of weird that you go both ways. But I can't explain to you why. But at Dragon Age 2, I was like, this makes no sense. Pilot J is asexual, as Eder is straight, but I was just a watcher. Well, I think she was referring to everybody you can romance. You can't romance Pallegino or Eder. Start the red state. Okay. Is this about your mission?
Yeah. Been thinking about it a lot. I didn't get into this business so I could shoot first in a battle that hadn't even started, you know? I can make a case that my work was justified, but gods. Assassination is a big step in an uncertain direction. We're shooting at people with dangerous ideas, and assuming the ideas will die with them.
They were hawk sexual. Facts. Facts. Strange, considering Pillars 31 had no romances at all from what I gathered. It absolutely had no romance at all, which was crushing to me because I absolutely feel like Grieving Mother should have had a partner. And the partner should have been me. And so then they did a complete 180 with this game. But honestly, I don't think the romances Pillars of 32 all that great. To be straight up with you, I feel like they kind of feel like add-ons to me, especially in comparison to some of the other things that we've gotten now. I take it you never asked these sorts of questions while fighting with the Navy.
It's a little different when the enemy ship is turning about, their cannons glinting like a spider's eyes.
Oh, yeah. Very little about Fable as well. But, you know, I didn't expect more information about Fable yet. I assume Fable, they're still trying to get that up and running. Whereas with Avowed and Dragon Age 4, we absolutely should have heard something by now. Are you a fan of Fable, Hulk?
You don't find time for a lot of deep ethical discussions.
Isabella. She was always the one that I chose in Dragon Age. Love, love, love her. That's the difference. Being protagonist sexual feels ham-fisted, but all the party members of Pillars of 32 express sexual interest, both male and female NPCs. Damas, I think you might have just hit the nail on the head. You know what? I think that's kind of how I feel. Like, just with this conversation Maya had, she talked about previous experiences she's had and how she feels from, you know, that perspective. Whereas Dragon Age 2, I didn't feel like they provided that same perspective at all, except Isabella, who's clearly down for whatever. So I absolutely gravitated towards her because that openness, it felt real to me. Whereas with the other ones, I'm like, it doesn't feel nearly as real. Isabella is the greatest romance in that game. Yeah. That's the one that bugged me the most was Fallout 4. It felt like people were by because nobody had gender flags in conversation libraries. Interesting. I don't remember the conversations in Fallout 4 because they were so not memorable. But we're definitely going to be playing that on the channel. You never played DA2? It's worth playing once because the entire series is worth playing, but DA2 is definitely the weakest of the three. Isabella was absolutely about it. I know what you meant, Suzanne. It's no problem. Funny sentiment from an expert marksman.
Funny depends on where you're standing, I guess.
Maya furrows her brow.
I can see attacking a fortress or an enemy ship. I can see taking aim at the soldier wearing the tallest hat. I killed a chieftain for spreading good ideas. It's not the same thing.
Oh, that's what you meant by Marisha. I don't watch Critical Role, so I didn't know who Marisha was. Yeah, a lot of Critical Role members serve as voice actors in this game.
If my talent with a gun caused anyone to think that a bullet is a one-size-fits-all problem solver, that says more about them than it does about me.
You sound ambivalent.
She's a good listener, but he's too dumb to offer much perspective. I could use some of yours right about now.
Maya gives you an inquisitive look. This is a hard path to defend. History won't be kind. So this is a hard path to defend. History won't be kind, or I'm concerned that assassination sets the wrong precedent. I'm concerned that assassination sets the wrong precedent.
You're saying maybe this isn't a memory we want to take home?
Nodding to herself, Maya seems less thoughtful and more resolved. She cracks her neck and rolls her shoulder, letting out a relieved sigh.
Think the company needs to grab every advantage, even if it means a little mischief with the locals.
A little mischief?
If we go Atsura's way, we'd better be sure that killing the right people makes a difference. Damn sure. And if we fall back on what we know, cannons, sieges, occupation, we'd better commit to fighting a moving target.
Abandonment, yeah. DA4 is definitely set into Venter, but it seems like, at least from what little information we've gotten, that we're going to be able to visit some of the neighboring places as well. So it won't just be to Venter. I'm actually really excited about the story. I think we're going to be able to experience a ton of lore. I like DA2 because it was short and sweet and the characterizations were perfect. I love Varric and Fenris in DA2. Both fantastic. I absolutely agree. Yeah, I've heard great things about Critical Role Wolf, but I'm just not a Twitch guy, so I never watch those live streams. When I start feeling quarantine, isolated times, I completely understand. Hey, Slandered, you need to watch Vox Machina animated series. It's really good. I've heard a couple of people mention that. I might try to catch it this weekend. Fully useless info. My dad and I watched it. It was super good. Charlie Average spell is Laura Bailey. Takeo is Travis. Seraphine is Liam. Inwin is Ashley. Reggae and every imp is Sam. Eder and Aleph are Matt. Eth is Talichin. Yeah, they're everywhere. Yeah, they absolutely everywhere. See, I looked them up once on YouTube, but I felt like you didn't get the whole episode. Maybe I'm wrong.
We won't succeed if we don't understand the tribes. And something tells me that we aren't there yet.
Rao Tai should embrace this test of its worth.
You sound like the propaganda from back home.
I had other questions.
I've got some answers.
So, here we are. What's on your mind?
Before I unload my cargo onto your port, how about you let me buy you a drink?
Maya glances around the lounge. I'd like that. She snaps her fingers, and a server appears with a pair of foaming mugs.
To a good ship and a better crew.
She raised her drink, holding it there in solemn silence. 2 is both my most replayed and my favorite Dragon Age game. Origins is a banger, but Inquisition is just lacking so many departments. Interesting. So what do you like so much about Dragon Age 2, Abandonment? I think it was Suzanne who mentioned she liked it because it was short and the characterizations. Party members, right? Fenris and Varric. Do you have anything you would add to that? I'm very interested in DA4 being set at the Venture so that I can play a former slave and burn the entire place to the ground. Yep! I'm absolutely with that. I'm also curious what Dorian is going to want to do. If he's going to try to reform it. Same way that playing a City Alpha DA1 had me instantly invested in that story. Yeah, I played through all the Origins, and that one was definitely strong. I always end up circling back to the human Lord, because I love that revenge storyline. But yeah, I definitely can see the appeal of City Elf. How's Hong Kong going? I finished it today. I finished that yesterday, and then today I finished the bonus DLC that adds a few extra missions and kind of wraps up the whole story. So I finished all of that, and I'll probably have a review up maybe by this weekend or sometime next week. But definitely enjoyed it. Definitely had a great time. I've already downloaded the mod for Shadowrun Returns that is in Hong Kong, so I started up the playthrough of that, and yeah, I'm definitely a fan of the Shadowrun series at this point. Same way they play. Came across an imp that had a derogatory name. That's man, is ready for DA. No loot boxes, Dagon. Campaigns 1 and 2 are complete and free on YouTube. Campaign 3 is still coming out. That being said, Campaign 1 is not worth watching, especially with the animated show. So should I start with the animated show? That's probably what I'm going to watch first, because I can watch it with my daughter on my lap. She raised her drink, holding it there in solemn silence. To Normandy.
And to all who defy the Lady of Lament by sailing across her back.
She drains it in a single prolonged gulp and sighs, wiping off her mouth with the back of her hand.
I tell ya, something about all that open water.
Maya shakes her head. Insight. You're talking about Andra's mortar.
Knew you were clever.
She takes another hearty swig.
To the mortar, and everything beyond it.
She raises her empty mug in a half-hearted fashion. DA2 has, in my opinion, the best companion spread. Origin stands out with a couple, but I find some of them to be a bit weak. Aside from that, I think it has some pretty great dialogue. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to experiencing the games again. Fingers crossed the HBS are the ones fixing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. I'd be all for that. I'd be all for that. Honestly, I'm kind of going with that. That's what's going to happen. And this makes me want to play some more Vampire the Masquerade properties. I have a couple of those. The what are they called? It's not animated novels. Whatever it is, where you basically have to read everything. Those games, I have a couple of them downloaded, and so I think I might end up playing through those and reviewing them just in anticipation of an announcement. Yes, the Iron Man show is great. You don't need to know anything about D&D to love it. Awesome. Okay, are you doing BattleTech then, Slandered, or are you stopping with that company? I don't know yet. After I get through with Shadowrun Returns, by then I'll probably have Harry Potter. So yeah, visual novels, exactly. So Harry Potter will probably be the next thing that I play. I don't know if I'm gonna do a review for it. It depends on whether or not I actually finish it though. Ooh, Dragon Age 1 aged poorly. It has many CRPG vices like punishing you for dying in battle and having friendly fire. DA2 is the best party members, especially since each one has one unique class. Interesting. It'll be interesting to see if my thoughts change on Dragon Age 2 now that I played it being much older. And then I said Dragon Age Inquisition is the absolute best. I was a fan of it. I was a fan. No, not comic book. It's like basically a game, but everything that's happening in the game, it's all text. So there's like 2 or 3 versions of it for a Vampire the Masquerade that came out that I had to play through. She raised her empty mug in a half-hearted fashion.
Thank Bareth we have you as our living compass. I'd say Rawatai plans to set sail, compass or no.
And this concerns you?
Under different circumstances, I'd be aboard that aimless fleet. Likely as not to die. As things stand, I'm thankful to be under your command, Captain.
She raised her mug, peering at you over its lip. When she realizes it's empty, she snaps her fingers and a server appears with another.
In a campaign that keeps changing, being a part of your crew makes me feel like I have a hand on the wheel.
She's got fan art of Dragon Age 2? Interesting. Use that save button. Get you lose hours. Yeah, it's not fun. Did you play Disco Elysium? Yeah, I played it. I actually think I'm going to stream it at some point for the channel.
But now, all I see is open water on all sides.
Me and Normandy, we can be your constants.
Funny thing is, I know you mean it, but I still worry. While the powers of the Deadfire claw at each other's faces, you'll be digging through a god's body for your soul. I'll be.
He raised the mug and catches herself pausing. Moonlight, we will be streaming all 4 Mass Effect games, but I'm waiting for Mass Effect 5 to specifically be announced, like when it is. But the same way we're going through all the Pillars of Eternity games in preparation for Avowed, the Baldur's Gate games in preparation for Baldur's Gate 3, the Dragon Age games in preparation for Dragon Age 5, will absolutely be going through the Mass Effect games in preparation for the next Mass Effect.
Following orders. With all that uncertainty, do we even have room for this?
She gestures from herself to you with her mug, sloshing its contents. Kiss her. You lean in and plant your lips on hers. At first it feels like kissing a wooden board, but she softens in the end, before pulling back.
I felt that one down to my toes, Captain.
I still prefer Origins to Inquisition, but I think I would agree with you if I hadn't tried to do all the side content when I played Inquisition. Yeah, a lot of that stuff repeats. So that part is unfortunate, but especially if you play the Trespasser DLC, I feel like Inquisition is the one that makes you feel the most. Maybe it's not that it feels the most complete, but Inquisition made me really, really excited to play the next Dragon Age. Whereas when Origins ended, I wasn't really, really excited to play next Dragon Age. I just appreciated Origins for what it was. I don't like Inquisition. I find the companions to easily be the weakest of the series, and Corypheus is just embarrassing to watch. Plus, the specializations and gameplay feel way too dumbed down. The gameplay is dumbed down to some degree, but I don't feel like it's to a crazy degree. I feel like Dragon Age 2 is worse in that regards. Corypheus, they absolutely didn't do a good job of making him to be a compelling villain. His opening, that first battle you have against him, amazing, incredible. But after that, it completely trails off. I strongly disagree about the companions, though. The companions are fantastic in that game. Hulk, Disco Elysium is clearly for people who love dialogue. If you don't like dialogue heavy games, that's definitely not a game to play. True, I don't really like DAI jumping for those stupid shards, frustrating time, reputation quests, no well-written romance, except I've seen Cassandra's romance that I like. Yeah, the tasks repeat over and over and over again. It's unfortunate. It almost feels MMO like. Not good. It's a game that's a spiritual successor to Planescape, and I'm flaking it. It's bugging the hell out of me. What game? Dragon Age 1 was very due with all the blood and execute mechanics, cutting off people's heads off and limbs. It was okay, but every time I play it, I couldn't believe it was playing Dragon Age. It was a big departure. Went away with Zevran or Mary Alistar. I'm wondering if Zevran is going to be in Dragon Age 4. I feel like he should be, especially with all the stuff having to do with the crows, right? I wonder if he'll be a party member again. Dragon Age is pretty good. Mainly, it's great because it was Dragon Age 2. Blackwall is a personality. But Blackwall's backstory and the things you learn about him are so amazing. Corypheus was not a good villain because he's not the main villain. That spoilers, bald man. Yeah. And see, you don't find that out until way, way late. So it makes Corypheus just not all that great. Yep, that's exactly why we're going to stream it, Wolfhard. I think the narrator in the Game of the Year version of Disco Elysium did an amazing job. If you ever think characters are bad, just watch Witcher Blood Origins. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard terrible things about it. His story is great, though. Was the only part of DAI that I'd revisit the game for. I'd never played DAI more than one time. I loved it. I know one thing, though. The soundtrack was phenomenal in Dragon Age Inquisition. All the Dragon Ages had really nice soundtracks. I personally feel like DAI had the weakest one of all of them. I feel like Origins had the greatest soundtrack, especially that music that plays when you were at camp in Origins. Amazing. Zevran was in DA too, but he just pops in. He's not you can't take him as a companion. I'm wondering if he's going to be an actual companion in Dread Wolf. Yeah, he just popped in for a minute, but my understanding is in DA4 we're going to actually deal with the crows, like leaders of the crows, not just in a quick quest dealing with some of their assassins. So I'm wondering if that means Zevran's going to have a bigger part.
Ugh, I'm as full as a barrel. I should gather my thoughts in healthier ways, like knitting or taxidermy.
She pats her stomach and smiles. Or sailing. We have plenty of that in our future.
True. Captain, when we're standing at the helm, the ship feels unsinkable. I'm glad I get to cozy up to that feeling. Yeah, she's as glad too. Not that his opinion matters.
Yeah, the original composer, he got accused of war crimes, so they stopped working with him. Never touched DA or 2 after the first playthrough. I played Inquisition like 12 times. It is just so many builds. Yeah, there's a lot of ways you go with it. Absolutely. Only remember Tides or Numenera in recent years. Torment, Tides of Numenera. That's what it was. Not sleep tonight. Yeah, I haven't. Since I didn't play the original, I didn't touch Tides of Numenera because I was like, I feel like I need to play the original first. I don't imagine I have companions for previous games except maybe Fenris. Maybe. We'll see. You know, because it was missing that I love from Origins. The sync kill animations against the big enemies. Those were fun. Those were fun. Just had to say it before me. Before me is still my thunder. War crimes. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, they said he was because you know he's Jewish, so you as a Jewish person you pretty much have to serve in the military. So he was a tank commander. And so a lot of Palestinians, basically a lot of people of Palestinian descent and people who are empathetic with their situation basically said that, hey, you've got this guy who he wasn't even just a rank and file soldier. He was a tank commander in this engagement that we feel like is essentially subjugating the Palestinian people. And so because of that, it kind of smeared his reputation, and BioWare decided to stop working with him. It has nothing to do with Planescape Torment. It's like comparing Pillars to Baldur's Gate. Really? Oh, wow. That's interesting. The different masterwork was great. You can put 2 masterworks of Hidden Blaze on your rogue. Yeah. Yep. Wish I could hook up with Solus. You can. You have to be a female elf to hook up with Solus. But you can have a romance with Solus. So, I don't want this to end. Do you feel like taking a walk, having some time to ourselves?
Might not be a bad idea. Once my head is cleared, I'm sure I'll think of an even better one.
Spiritual successor, but not a sequel in any way. Interesting.
They have a special room here for ranking officers. And their guests. That's more of a closet, really. We can just talk. And if it goes any further, we'll know exactly why and how far to take it.
I ask myself the same thing all the time, Suzanne. Why can't we all just get along? Yeah, you could. I romanced Solus once. So odd. Yeah, it's interesting, right? It's interesting. Spiritual successor of Baldur's Gate. You could punch him in the nose. You're not a fan, Moonlight? Interesting. All right, so it just has the name, but not really connected. That's weird. However, begrudgingly give the AI that the crafting system was well done. Absolutely, it was. We haven't yet. Solus leaves you, and I'm like, I will go with you and make havoc and be bad with you. Something tells me that the Inquisitor is going to play a role in this new Dragon Age, and that if you convey that you support Solus, they'll let you do so. Solus's reaction when you hook up with, say instead of him as a female elf, is pure gold. That alone made it for me. Interesting. I don't think I ever saw that. Planescape Torment is a board game. There's a tabletop version of it. She folds her arms and awaits your reply, her expression measuring and curious. She's preens his feathers, though it looks like he's hiding his face under his wing. I think we could do better than a soiled military cot in a you know, that sounds pleasant, Maya. Hesitating a moment, Maya drags you into a hug and squeezes you like she's clinging to a mask in stormy weather. When she releases you, she has to catch her breath and tidy up her bun.
Captain?
She clears her throat.
The best
Excellent.
shots in Aora. The Ranganui keeps them for important work.
Well, someone's been doing their morning stretches.
It is a board game. I didn't know that. Maya dabs a bead of sweat from her brow and clears her throat.
Being a captain, a watcher, and the gods only know what else must be thirsty work. Well done.
Scrambling to keep alive in these parts is good for staying in shape.
Don't I know it. Now, time to ship off and see what the Deadfire throws at us next.
Yeah, same thing. I agree, Dagon. Looking accomplished and refreshed, Maya knits her fingers together to crack her knuckles. Ah, excellent, 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 excellent. Good work, good work, good work. Not a fan, it's a euphemism. I did absolutely everything to antagonize him. Took him to the thingy where you drink the elf fountain and some of the dragon just to give it to Morgan, only because he asked me not to. Wow. Let's go. Serpent's Crown. Whoa. You were traveling in the slums of Nekataka when the streets suddenly become barren. What companion or companions do you want to see return in the future of Dragon Age? I mean, this might be difficult, but I always want to see Alistair. That's always nice. Other than that, though. Oh, Dorian, obviously. I want to see Iron Bull, but I keep hearing that they're not doing work with Freddie Prinze Jr. for whatever reason. So without him voice acting it, I don't think that's nearly as appealing. Definitely Varric, right? Because now he should be leader of Kirkwall, so that should be very interesting. I don't know if there's really anything more to say with Vivian, but she was a really cool character in Inquisition, so I certainly wouldn't mind seeing her back again. Obviously, Cassandra and Liliana, they both got to come back. I pretty much love all the Dragon Age companions. That I'm really going down the list. So anybody they bring out back, I'm going to be happy with it. You can't play as the other game. That's very discouraging. Why do that in a party-based games? I absolutely agree, Robert. That's why I find it so discouraging. We've done this kind of thing before, so I'm just going to skip through the dialogue because this seems like a repeat. Oh, there's Service of Wodaka. What do you want? They move towards... Flee? I'm not fleeing from nobody. You kidding me? Oh, Isabella. I would love to see Isabella, obviously, definitely. Cassandra is extremely well written. Basically, everybody Gator does is well written. That's why it's so unfortunate he's no longer with the company. It's also unfortunate that it seems like his game is taking forever to come out. Like, I don't understand what's going on with that. Hey, we can pump up this speed now. Now we're done with the crazy fight. Let's get back to doing things normal. Uh-huh. Oh, 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 oh. This is probably a little too fast. Y'all can probably barely see what's going on. Oh, snap. This is not good. Should have been done this. Oh, I know the problem. God dog it. These folks don't have their AI on because I turned it off because I was like, I don't trust any of you. There we go. There we go. That makes it a little bit better. Ooh. This letter has been folded into a square with clean, diligent creases. Slandered walks the Deadfire carrying shards of heat-scorched metal. The significance of these items can't have escaped you, though the timing is a surprise to us all. We should grasp this opportunity. Kill Slandered. Do not Hydra act, for we work under the auspices of law. See to it that the metal gets into Izia's hands. She wastes her potential in Pyriki's overlook. Praise the exiled queen. That's interesting. Oops. I haven't finished it yet either. I have the DLC and final battle, I think. Gonna polish it off just before DA4 comes off. Nice. Okay. Why would you attack a group of people with flaming swords? Everybody isn't intelligent in how they move. What can I say? Nathaniel Howe will be a surprise to see again. They probably would do Nathaniel Howe because you really needed to play Origins to have a true appreciation for that character. Like, has he been... I think he might have shown up in Dragon Age Inquisition briefly, but that's about it, right? I doubt they bring him out. I mean, give DA4 time. Do you know how hard it is to come out? Wow. I might have some idea. Ridiculous. All right. We got bounties to turn in. I can't remember. Upstairs. Must be upstairs. He was in a couple. I thought he was only in one novel. Where is this dude? What in the hell? Where is... Oh, is she the, you know, now I think about it, was she the chick all the way over to the left? Is that the problem? Okay, so we turned these in. Hey, somebody kept telling me about an island all the way up to the north where I've got to go to it exactly on the day of the 16th to get a dragon sword. Is that person on right now? Because I don't remember the name of that freaking island.
Remember,
No, not you. So it's got to be the guy who's inside the crown, right? Is he at the bottom? Is that it? Did I just not go to the right place? I'm confused. I could really use a marker right now. You would side with Solus? Good Lord. Is he over here? Is that the problem? No, he's not here. He's definitely not over here, right? Yeah, no, he's not here, so... Oh, wait. Am I... Is the problem that... No. Is the problem the time of day? The problem is the time of day, maybe? Let's go to upper floor. The more... I would like a good Garrus romance with Shepard. Garrus is just so amazing. He was an absolutely amazing party member. There was a guy in here who gives you bounties. I don't understand. Why are we not seeing him? Afternoon. Do you have to wait until afternoon instead of just...
You captain? Nemnock better captain.
What is the problem? Solus to me is the poster boy of cool move, motive, still murder. He's like Thanos. Just maybe good, but he's still wrong. I really don't like it when they introduce or carry characters in books, then pot them in game 3. It never works for me. Was James Vega anyone's character or Locke from Halo? Everything with Vega, I was like, yo, this time and resources could have been dedicated to a character that I care about that has actually been established in the story. I hated it. Absolutely hated it. I was like, why? Bounty guy's on the second floor. That's what I thought. But I'm walking around and he's not here. So look, upper floor. At the time would be skipped from DAI to Dreadwolf. Yeah, is Dreadwolf going to be like right after or what? It's a good point. He's not here. Old boy is not here. Yeah, it's not him. It's not him. It's not him. So wait, is it? It must be the chick that was outside then. Oh, good Lord. Abandonment. That's a really, really low bar. Jacob was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Is this chick back? Did I just come at the wrong time of day? Still nobody sitting there. It's evening right now. Let's go to afternoon again. He's making in Cheeto.
Shiza, you bow to Nemnock. Do it now.
I'm so confused. Oh, wait. Is this her? No. Is this her? No. She's not coming over. Let me check this again. Return to Nungata. Nungata and Serpent's Crown and Nekataka will be pleased. Yes, she should be here. Wait, unless... Am I just not remembering? Let me do a quick go around. Vega called me a Lola. You didn't like that? You look like a Lola to me, baby. Thought that was hilarious. Like the flirting but not flirting, and the
You worst captain.
and then punking out if she actually did decide to that, hey, I would be willing to do something with you. Weak. Come on, bro. Come on. I'll only accept importing previous protagonists if I can import my DAO protagonist. I assume they're going to just bring the keep back. Why is there nobody here? I'm just confused. Because it's not on the rooftop. Definitely not supposed to be there. Like, there should be a guy here, right? Am I crazy? You know what? Here, hold on. Let's do this. What happens if... Do I just need to reload it? Because I've been putzing around with this for too long. This guy definitely should be here. I know he should. Suzanne, the keep didn't work for you? Oh, man, that is not cool. I love the keep. I was like, oh, man, this is such an efficient way to make sure I get things exactly how I wanted it. What? Would it not let you make your decisions, or it wouldn't import properly when you finish making your decisions? I mean, when you have Krogan shotguns shooting like ARs, there's a problem. Hey, look, man, technology. I don't know what to do about this. This guy is not showing up. I'm thoroughly confused. I'm thoroughly confused. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be on the... You know what? Let me look this up. Where is this guy supposed to find the ship graveyard? Oh, yeah, I know where that is. Oh, that's right. We need to turn to Arkhamir. Oh, that's right. We need to turn in that one, too. I already went to the island of Crookspur. The hell? Oh, that's right. The Seers. I need to do that. Good Lord, there's a lot of things. Kit, what's going on? How are you? Where is Nungata? Am I just not Nungata? Or is it because the queen is pissed at me? Oh, wait, here we go. Nungata is missing. Okay, so apparently this is a common occurrence. Huh. Okay. That's where she's supposed to be, Damas, but she's not showing up. Let me check back to there again just to be sure. I went through with all of the decisions that the keep didn't import them. Whack. Whack. That's super whack. I'm so sorry to hear that. Unfortunate. Yeah, I was definitely a fan of the keep. Yeah, see? She's not here. Let me fast forward one more time. Yeah, see? She's supposed to be on this bench right here, but she's not. She's not showing up. And apparently this is like a known issue that I guess Obsidian never fixed. Bird. Okay. Moving on. Let's head back to the Brass Citadel, turn in that other bounty. Well, still less buggy than Bethesda. Where am I going? We'll go to the Sacred Stair, turn this quest in. Sarad is going absolutely fantastic. Now that we finished that whale boss fight, I had to do that thing like 16 times last stream. So now world domination, we are getting closer and closer as the wheel turns. Hey,
offerings for the temple?
Aren't there's a couple of people here who offer bounties, isn't that right?
Bond. Enrich yourself on vows
Get your
fulfilled.
supplies here.
There's two people here who provide bounties, right? Or am I crazy? So scary. I tried loading again, Moonlight, and that didn't work. Is she only there at night? No, all the other times I talk with her, it was during the day. Isn't there one other person who does bounties around here? In fact, now that I think about it, aren't they at this corner right here? I will go back there one more time and see if she's sitting at the bench. You know what game is 0 bucks? Underrail. Really? Honestly,
All my profits go toward keeping the machine.
Shocking to me that I have encountered not a single one considering how small the dev team is. Because it's a pretty big game, right? Did you finally beat that Squidward thing? Yes, I beat it on the first try on this stream, Kit. First try. Whoa. Whoa. And it has my person right up front, even though that's definitely not where I would want them. You know what? I'm actually here. We can go back to using blunderbuss. Boom, boom, boom. Excellent. How about you? You want the same thing, right? Will wish there was a necromancer class village starting. I feel like Obsidian could have done something amazing with it. Yeah, I'm interested to see when we get Avowed if maybe we're going to get some classes we didn't previously have, such as necromancer. I think that would definitely be interesting. Definitely. Whoa. Make this easy on yourselves. I'll make it quick. Oof. What is going on? Well, good Lord. Okay. No, I don't need to be right in front. Let Etta do that. Thank you very much. But here, since y'all are determined, boom. Squidward. Underwear is big, but it's simple. Lest it go wrong, it's just quest failures. Got you. I'm sorry I missed that. Congrats. That fight sucked. Yeah, it was rough. That fight was super rough, but I was glad to be done with it. Absolutely glad to be done with it. You know what game has many bugs? Bugs. Did you just shoot someone in the face, then hide in the chest? That's what it seems like. Seems like that's what happened, right? That's kind of the feeling I got. Hey.
This job was rotten.
He turns his face with some difficulty toward Maya.
We did what you asked.
Beside you, Maya's brow wrinkles with confusion. Dawning realization flattens her expression. She moves to crouch beside the dying man. With a final shuddering gasp, the man lies still. Beneath the blooded surface of his body, the essence of his spirit flutters free of him. A muffled clatter draws your attention to the nearby chest.
Madiko, I thought I was done for. These monstrous brutes. Look at what they have done. They've destroyed all we have worked toward for a little coin.
Looks like the Royal Deadfire Company isn't happy with your progress.
This is a bold move, even for the Royal Deadfire Company. They are losing patience. And look at our machines. We'll clean up here. See to the wounded. You'd best get over to the offices. Let them know what happened.
Maya jostles your shoulder as you make to leave. Her voice lowered to a discreet murmur.
One way or another, this is only going to get worse. Worth thinking about.
All right. A lot going on here. No. All right, that's done. Oh, wait. That's done. Now we can we'll head back to the Brass Citadel, turn in that quest. Wow, she actually did. That's like the worst plan ever. Unless it's Metal Gear. I've actually never finished a Metal Gear Solid game before, even though I've heard great things about it. But every time somebody mentions a stealth game, that series gets brought up. Where is the guy who hands out bounties? Is that Fleet Master? I think it is. And can't go in there.
My favorite privateer.
You don't have to worry about a silhouette wave skipper anymore.
Pirates are adept at scattering when threatened. But this makes planting your boot on the neck of a straggler all the sweeter.
Koyo counts out a bag of coins and presents it with one arm crossed over his chest.
I would keep my privateer busy. You will speak to me when you are ready for work, yes?
What bounties do you have available?
Your target is Radolf, a Valiant captain and seeker of lost ruins. There is no wicked length he would not go to plunder the dignity of these isles.
Koyo's fist tightens. I've already dealt with Rodolph.
Then let us content ourselves that some small corner of the archipelago is safe from Valiant excess.
He passes you a heavy pouch and smiles.
Our work is unfinished, privateer. Are you ready to hunt anew?
What bounties do you have available?
Captain, your final target is Burunga, a Hawana captain of many seasons. She is known for bending nature to her will and pursuing her foes with relentless fury.
Metal Gear games were great, especially Phantom Pain and Metal Gear Survival. It's not Metal Gear. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard great things about the games, that they're really a lot of fun, but never checked them out. I've already dealt with Burunga.
It is satisfying to see one of our island cousins humbled for a change. May the others take this as an example.
Koyo winces as he hefts a bag of coins and passes it to you.
Privateer, you served Rauatai with distinction. No more could possibly be asked of you.
Koyo snaps his arms over his chest, his lip quivering with pride. Salute. It's been a pleasure, Koyo. All right. It's done. Metal Gear game. Best Metal Gear game is Left Alive. Yep, sure. Great game. Super fun. Sure is. Metal Gear games are not my thing as far as stealth games go. However, Rising Revengeance was baller as hell. What stealth game do you prefer, Abandonment? Nothing from... Here, so let's check back at Serpent's Crown, see if we can turn that in. Mm-hmm. Boom. Someone asked me about the Remingard DLC. I'm definitely planning to play that, but it's going to be the very last thing we do in this game before we finish the main the overall, before we get to the end, basically. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is one of the greatest memes ever created. Why is that? I'm not familiar with the story regarding this. Wait for the afternoon one more time.
I'm not hungry.
Nope, she's done for. That's just a busted quest. It is what it is. Nothing's perfect. I've never played the Splinter Cell games. I played the first Dishonored, enjoyed that thoroughly, had a great time with it. For some reason, I played like 30 minutes of Dishonored 2 and was just utterly bored with it immediately. Immediately, I was like, this just doesn't appeal to me. I don't know why. But I was immediately struck with that feeling. What's so great about Splinter Cell, by the way? All right, turn in this quest. All right, so task. I'm done with task. What's this? This I'm about to do, so we can close that. Find it, and then the rest is this stuff, right? Bounty. Yeah, see, Barati is supposed to be. That's the other guy. He's not there either. Super weird. Whatever. Okay, so once we do this, we go to the lower right to finish that vampire place, because I think that's the ship graveyard. And then we can head to, and then it's just about the DLC, Secret Slayer Survivor and the Beast of Winter. It's great. Plays well and so over the top. Senator Armstrong memed this way into everyone's heart with revengeance. Oh, I loved Max Payne. Max Payne was such a good time. Interesting. I love Dishonored too. Nice. Yeah, at some point I gotta circle back to that. Is this from the Senator guy? So with Gray and a throwback from back in the day, I think the story the game, but it's very much stealthy until you get caught, then it's a firefight. I'm so excited for Dishonored 3, especially with the lore implications of the outsider's death. This for Splinter Cell is just fun in one of those older 2000 game style ways. Got you. Splinter Cell, you play a 50-year-old stealth expert that is interesting. Use the DNA of the soul. Does anyone remember Alpha Protocol? I saw a Mortismal Gaming's recent review of Alpha Protocol, but I've never played it myself. The review made it look very interesting, though. Splinter Cell is a pretty hardcore stealth game. Up there with Thief. Thief is probably my favorite stealth game of all time, even though I won't ever play those games ever again. Some of the sections of Thief were like absolutely terrifying to me. Like when you have to go through the church, terrifying.
If you require directions to Bacana's observatory, look to your sextant.
Bacana. I found this old almanac in an orrery. Look familiar?
You did you? That does rather defeat the purpose of absolution.
Arkemir tugs on his lower lip and scrutinizes you.
So be it. Follow me down to the scrying pool.
So is this conversation going to be different now that Council Halt has a body? Is he going to be involved in the conversation? This should be fascinating. Thief is my favorite too. Thief, yeah, that was back in the day. Staying in the shadows, it was fun. Thief was amazing. Love Thief. Love that voice actor. The newer ones weren't really up to snuff, but I still enjoyed them. It was just great to be back. Arkmir. Both Bug Mike. Thief had this section where you were going through this church of these absolutely crazy people, or it's just impossible to describe, but it's one of the most terrifying sequences I've ever experienced in a game. And it's long. Like, it's not like you just pop in for 30 minutes and leave. Like, you're sneaking around this absolutely just horrifying area for an extended period of time. The music, the whole vibe they put into it, it was absolutely deeply upsetting, terrifying. I'm never doing that again. Ever, ever, ever. Manhunt. Wasn't that like one of the very, very first Xbox games to come out? Although none of the games like Metal Gear, right? I think my favorite is still DMC. I've never been a God of War fan, but Devil May Cry is just dear to my heart. See, I've been the exact opposite. I've never played Devil May Cry before, but I've played all the God of War games and loved them all. Arkmir gestures down at the scrying pool. You peer into the waters. Dark silhouettes sit arrayed in a circle, and the surface of the pool ripples in tune with muted voices carrying from below. Dip your face in the water. No sooner does your skin break the surface tension than you feel a breeze of warm air. You are peering into a stone chamber ringed with braziers and tapestries as you would an open window. Robed men and women clutch the armrest of their thrones. Water drips down your chin. The other Archmagi seem, for the moment, unfazed by your presence. Mara's chair is unoccupied. Tane and Lingath spare you a courteous nod. I have been to brief on Mara's fate. A pity she won't be joining us. Arkmir glances toward the pair. And now we're left with an empty seat in the circle. Lingath frowns. The Watcher handled himself well in the halls obscured. We might consider giving them more work in the future. Lingath nods to you. Oh, now she likes me. Ha ha ha. The first video game I ever played was Devil May Cry 3, so I got hooked early. Interesting. Then they succeeded in the atmosphere. Also, I remember that section. Yeah, terrifying, dude. Arkmir blinks at her. While I am the steward of the Deadfire, I will be the judge of that. You should have seen Slandered in the halls obscured, Arkmir. Whatever we're paying them, we ought to double it. Tane winks at you from across the table. Bakana's research is the matter at hand, and it is paramount that we remain squarely on topic. Also, we're not going to discuss me giving counsel how to body? Come on, man. Arkmir shifts his focus from you to the other present members of the circle. Where exactly are we? Between locations, nowhere you could pin down with it exactly. Menoletta shrugs, wearing an apologetic smile. Unless there are any objections, I'd like to dispense with pleasantries. Arkmir surveys the room and nods. Bakana was no archmage, but we all agreed that she was on the cusp of a breakthrough before her unfortunate disappearance. Arkmir takes the book from you and licks his finger as he begins to turn pages. Oh yeah, you can let her know. I helped Bakana scribe a spell. You owe her a seat at this table. Tane speaks up. I second that. Not that we're holding a vote unless... Are we? I wasn't paying attention. Such matters will be debated in their course. When anxious murmurs build in a volume, Arkmir silences them with a look. So is Arkmir considered the leader? Be that as it may, someone did not wish for this breakthrough to occur. For that alone, we have good reason to seek knowledge of her amateurish, if enthusiastic, research. Arkmir's eyebrows form a steep triangle as he arises at a page of mathematical figures and coordinates. That someone was the hand occult. They didn't approve of her research. Concerning the research she managed to hide from them, I can hardly find that surprising. Arkmir studies the page, his thumb indenting the parchment. It would seem she arrived at one of our conclusions. A river of soul energy flows through the Deadfire. Arkmir nods. Another old game I remember loving was Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. I saw that a couple of times, but I never played it. That game was wild, and I think Xana was my childhood sexual awakening alongside Mother Gothel. All right, I don't know those characters, but okay. And yet she traced the path of the river while we only speculated on its existence. Arkemir pulls on his beard and squints down at the almanac. Where does it go? Arkemir sets the book aside and pulls out a vellum map of the Deadfire. He traces his finger from the shallows of the great reef northward. Where it goes is not my immediate concern. I am occupied by who presently follows it. The path of Aethys is winding but unerringly intentional. His finger begins to stray east. He pauses on an open sea, his brow furrowed. Could that be? Tane leans forward, trailing off as he cranes his neck for a glance at the parchment. Suddenly, all of the attention shifts back to you. I think we've taken more than our share of the Watcher's time. Unless there are any final questions. Unblinking, Arkemir lifts his brow and waits, your dismissal hovering on his tongue. Aethys is going to Ukaizo. The total silence after your statement is as jarring as the echo of a gunshot. He's going to stop the wheel. When several gazes turn to you and several mouths open to speak up, Arkemir silences them all in turn with a loud clearing of his throat. Interesting. It's an ambitious plan, I'll give you that. Back to my other questions. Very well. Why was Consulhot so interested in this? Are you keeping secrets from us, old man? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Meneletta rests her chin on her fist and fixes Arkemir with a severe glare. It wasn't of immediate pertinence. Besides, Consulhot has been dispatched yet again, esteemed mistress of missiles. Arkemir favors Meneletta with a stiff bow. Your flattery has gone stale. To address the Watcher, I imagine that Consulhot wished to sustain his wicked existence on a font of essence, but you kindly put a stop to that. Meneletta nods, favoring you with a smile that she denied Arkemir. But now he doesn't need that anymore. Subclasses differently. What can I say? Wait, I don't get to hear the rest? Are you a member of the Circle? I hope you don't think we would divulge our secrets to a mere mercenary. Arkemir's gaze hardens and a self-congratulatory smile cleaves his face. You are not entitled to everything I own, burglar. You're holding something back. What is it? Arkemir takes the other members of the Circle. Their responses are myriad. Some shake their heads, others shrug, and others still lean back in their chairs and wait to see how it plays out. Better that I remain silent on the matter. If we wish to invite you into our confidence, you would surely know of it. So maybe I should have done, if I had done some things differently, they would have given me more information? Maybe. I already know I can't join the Circle. Nothing further, Archmagi. Here, baubles for your service. Not that you deserve them. Consider your debt repaid with interest. Arkemir turns back to the Circle and pointedly ignores you. Arkemir's illuminating discoveries. Sign was put into your stash. As you turn away from the scrying pool, you catch sight of Tane waving goodbye, beaming with delight as per usual. Huh. And that's it. Okay. That's done. All right. And that is next. Okay. How do we get out of here? Assume the stairs are there. Yep. There we go. I imagine playing a wizard for this DLC is pretty interesting. Can you join the Circle if you are one? If I remember correctly, you can't join one, but you can't join. But he's more, he gave us a statement that basically says we'd be open to it. It's something we could discuss. Oh, okay. You just get that impression. Got you. Okay. Still need to finish Pillars of Eternity 2. I might play through as a Blood Mage, Scion, or Ascended Mind. Ascended works well, I tell you. It was a Kickstarter goal that wasn't reached. Really? Oh, man, I hope there's a way to join the Circle in Avowed. We'll see. Oh my God, all that whispering is annoying the hell out of me. Hey, get away from that. There we go. All right. And by sea. Believe me, I tried. Oh, you know what? I just realized. Since I lost Console Hot, I probably need to choose a new pack. I should make sure I do that. Splintered Reef. Is this it? Where is it? Harbinger's Watch. That's where the winter one is. Maybe this is it. This is it. I think. There we go. Joining the circle could be Avowed's Mages College. I hope so. So they don't put you in charge of it as soon as you rock up. I really hope we get some Avowed news soon. It's actually disconcerting how little we've heard about it thus far. It makes me wonder what kind of development hell it's in. I just always want Obsidian to do well. There's not many Why don't we just stop here like that? There's not many developers that I have a strong that I feel loyal to, that I have a strong feeling towards, but Obsidian is definitely one. Obsidian and BioWare is pretty much it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. Oh, you can pick all. You can pick any of them, huh? Well, I guess we'll start with the boathouse. You encounter a veil of thick fog. The theme from the city sounded like it was from the Pillar of Eternity 1. That's okay that this sequel recycles some music from the first game. Yeah, it's in the same series. Same way Mass Effect recycled music from all of them. A series of flimsy docks connect scattered stretches of dry land. On all sides, you are flanked by the hulks of splintered wrecked ships. A thick fog sits upon the water, obscuring the path in all directions. The only sounds you hear are the lapping of water and your own footsteps upon the narrow, rotting planks. The eerie quiet is broken by the barking of a dog somewhere off to your left. Whistle for the dog. Your whistle is met with renewed barking and then a sharp whine, abrupt and shrill. After several moments of silence, you are running tread upon the docks. A dog bounds from the fog, its dark fur matted with blood. Two figures stumble after the hound, their maws stained red. Out of the fog, they are revealed for what they are, withered, rotting, human only in silhouette, gargoyles. They halt, swaying at the sight of you, but make no further move. From the darkness of the fog, a third robed figure emerges, a twisted staff raised high in their hands. A flash of light emerges from the staff. As you look on, runes seared into the gargoyles' foreheads flare to life, glimmering like beacons in the darkness. Snarling, the gargoyles rush for you, their blood-sick claws slicing at the air. Honestly, Bethesda burned me out on those games, so I'm not excited for Avowed. Between Skyrim and BioShock, I'm burned out on that style of game as well. But I'm hoping that I'm holding out hope that Obsidian is going to figure out a way to make it feel fresh for me. So I'm not automatically going to say that this is it's not going to be interesting. No, I don't feel loyal to Larian Studios. They've only made one game that I really enjoyed. I played Divinity 1, I played Divinity 2. Divinity 2 was just okay to me. Obviously, I'm sorry, Divinity 1 was just okay to me. Obviously, Divinity 2, one of my favorite games of all time. So I've got I'm definitely a believer off of that game, but it doesn't. You've got to make more than one game that I really enjoy for me to be loyal to your company. Like BioWare was Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2, Knights of the Republic 1, Jade Empire, Mass Effect series, Dragon Age series. Like they've earned, they've earned faith. They've earned like, hey, you know what you get when you're rocking with us. Larian, I don't feel like Larian has really earned that with me. You just got me thinking about the complaints about Owlcat reusing Pathfinder assets for Rogue Trader. People get mad at devs reusing appropriate assets. Need to get a yeah. No, I'm not one of those people. Like it's fine, whatever. Is it good? Is it good? And does it feel like something new and distinctive? Like it's a problem if it feels like it's kind of same old, same old. But I don't feel like it doesn't feel like same old to me. So I'm good. HBS and Supergiant Games are the only dev studios I would buy anything they made, sight unseen. What did Supergiant Games make?
You there? How are you up here?
Up on the balcony, a tall and lanky figure waits frantically for your attention. That done, he ducks down again behind the railing. It is not an effective hiding place. I got people looking at reused assets and being annoyed, but people don't get how much you have to do to make a game. Yeah. Why not reuse what works? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Exactly. Yeah, it ain't bothering me. It is not bothering me.
Just arrived. I'll wager you the thirst.
Looks like we have someone new in town. Well, hello there.
The woman greets you with a cheery smile, the effect of which is marred somewhat by her only having half a face. She scrubs, unperturbed, at some glasses.
Yes, and you just came in.
As she speaks, you notice a strange mark upon her forehead, a kind of symbol or rune. Yes, I've just arrived.
Always happy to see new faces. We're a long ways from everywhere, and not many folk are so keen to risk the voyage. You're just in time for the harvest.
Hey, something tells me you can't play as Dobby, Robert. So I didn't play the first three, but I played Hades, and Hades was absolutely amazing. I'm really excited for Hades 2. By Divinity 1 and 2, I guess you mean Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, I've only played Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2. Those are the only games I played. So Divinity 1 was cool. You know, it wasn't all that special to me. It was all right. Whereas DOS 2 was obviously incredible. Like the big playing in that BG3 is just a reskin DOS 2. The system and mechanics work. Hell yes, use the game. I'm actually disappointed that they're not going to implement the system of the different elements being on the floor around you, like finding ways to be able to use that and mixing the elements together. The fact that they abandoned that so Baldur's Gate 3 wouldn't seem too similar to DOS 2, I didn't like that move at all, to be honest with you. Nobody talks about the coffee cup on the table until it appears in two other games. Until then, nobody cares.
Help yourself to some ale while you're waiting. Zuka ought to be here soon with the day's catch.
Copperhead.
Numlock needs healing.
Oh, yeah, so... Yep, my pet slot's empty. 5% of incoming hits converted to grazes. 10% of incoming crits converted to hits. Why not? You know, I know. Why have the boring one? Where's the eyes? We just, you know, we've got a memento from that quest. We might as well use it. Where is that freaking dude? That little freakazoid. I'm not seeing it. Oh, there's more. Okay, here, hold on. Which one of these houses? Here we go. Is this it? Yep. What the hell? There we go. There. He can follow us around. Has been around since 96. Wow, really? I thought they only made the DOS games, to be honest with you. Yeah, DOS 1 was just all right. I enjoyed it a lot because I played it with my wife. The man before you, or creature, perhaps, as the skin is as grayed and withered as that of the other patrons, Wears a helmet 2 sizes too large for him. It tips from side to side as his head moves. BG3 has the same environment interactions, but people complain about there being too much fire in DOS 2, so I think they just toned it down. Oh, okay, interesting.
I'm Copperhead. That's what they call me. Friendly nicknames. You know how it is. Oh, yeah. I know you're different from the others. I can see it.
Perception. What are those strange runes? Everyone here seems to have one.
Oh, right. Have a look.
He tips the helmet back just far enough that you can start to see the outline of a rune upon his forehead. BG3 is not going to be more like the originals, though. That's a wash. That's a wash. It's not going to be. So it's weird. It's like a weird complaint. Now, my problem, out of all the things they've done, my problem is the party size. Like, to me, 6 party members is a staple of Baldur's Gate. You've got a huge collection of party members and a huge party that you can bring them on. So reducing that down to the standard 4, that I didn't like. That I didn't appreciate at all. But the rest of that stuff, whatever. Yeah, the DOS 1 story was not all that.
Good
Absolutely.
You stick out like a cat in a kennel.
My wife isn't really good at the games, and usually she does like to play it, but she just likes being around me, so it's just something for us to do together. It's not really something like we could do all the time. She used to really, really enjoy playing the Lego games. Like Lego Lord of the Rings, she loved that. She loved that. He simpers nervously, eyes darting left and right.
It's not safe here. Not where everyone's looking, listening. I have a house, out on the outskirts. They don't mind me keeping to myself. We can talk there.
Yeah, I know nothing about those older Divinity games whatsoever. Leeches, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I want real time with Paul's back. Well, that's why I play at Pillars. They got a very nice real time with Paul's system. Oh, but you're talking about for Baldur's Gate? Yeah, that's not happening. Larry and I think they prefer their turn-based games, it seems. Yeah, B3 sucks because no Thaco. I'm perfectly fine with no Thaco. I was never a fan of the Thaco system. It was always confusing to me. 6 party members opens up for large encounters 4 people can't handle. Exactly. Exactly. Like, I absolutely prefer it. Reskin Dolls 2. Yep. I think OG BG fans just wanted real time with Paul's combat, not turn-based. Yeah. I think they did, but I don't know how Larian feels about that. But, you know, now that I think about it, Divinity 1 was real time. I don't remember if it had pause, though. So I guess they've just really, really decided they love turn-based. Very well. I'll meet you there.
Look out for the ones in charge. Them with the staffs. They spy you. Things will get bad in a hurry. Zuka. Especially she. I have to go.
I really enjoyed Divinity 2. It was Jake Zelle, but I kind of like that. I'm a big fan of it, the second one as well. My playthrough wasn't janky except for that last act. That last act had some issues, but other than that, I was good. Throw the Thracko in the trash where it belongs. My sentiments exactly, Boss Page. Not a fan of that system at all. That's why, like I said, when we play Baldur's Gate, I'm playing on easy. I'm absolutely playing on easy. Baldur's Gate 3, we can bump it up hard or whatever y'all want. I might do DOS 2 on Tactician mode. I don't know. But those Baldur's Gate games, easy road. Easy. A woman strides into the tavern, bearing a staff whose ornamental head glows with arcane energy. She strikes the staff upon the ground once, and the tavern fills with eerie light as the runes carved upon each vessel's forehead begin to glow. Zolka mutters something under her breath, and a faint aura ripples around the 2 bound kits standing behind her. Oh, Divinity 2. Oh, got you. Okay. I can't comment on that. Divinity 2 is awesome. You can mod it. That's even better. Interesting. That done, she makes a sweeping gesture of the arm. with all the showmanship of a theater performer.
Menzago has brought you a feast, my friends. Livestock and game. Tonight, we eat well.
Everyone in the tavern cheers as the kith are carted into a back room.
Copperhead, you are not staying for the celebration?
Copperhead freezes mid-slink, grinning insipidly.
Not today, Zuka. I've had my fill, really. Another mouthful and I'll split down the seams.
He bobs his head in a feeble bow, then scuttles away. Zolka's attention drifts back toward the crowd. All right.
Nice and quiet.
Oh, wait. Oh, is my formation correct? Yeah, we're good. Okay, cool.
Look here.
Ooh, whoops.
Someone a little too eager to climb into the stew pot.
All around you, lights flare above the furrowed brows of the gathered vessels. The tavern patrons slump into feral postures, their eyes blank and insensate, their jaws gnashing. As one, they lunge toward you. Well, isn't this comforting? Papa. Bam, 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 bam. How's this chick still awake? Come on now. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. Boom, boom. Just a smaller numbers game. Nothing too different from any other RPG system, just in reverse. Yeah, that reverse part is what I didn't like. That reverse part got me every time. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. Ooh. There we go. Oh, I should be checking on the morale of my ship. I haven't been looking at like food and drink and stuff like that because we were doing that DLC the whole time. I hope all of them haven't already starved. Now we get to eat you. If you know the system Thaco was easy, but when you don't, you can't just jump in with 3.5 knowledge. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. Yeah, but even how attributes and saves work is happening. It's not like Pathfinder where 60 Swift is clearly plus 3 for attack. Exactly. Plus some of the saves have like one monster the whole game to use it. Thank you. Exactly. Exactly. Easy mode. Never insult the local sports team in the sports bar. I think so. It's been a while since I played it. Maybe not, but not the party-based game like DOS. We can't talk to the captive? What's going on?
Speak freely. You were saying?
The captive's mouth is gagged with a tight bandana. A loop of iron is bolted around her neck with a glowing emblem wrought into the metal at the joint. She struggles to speak to you, but manages only a muffled, garbled yell. Arcana. Examine the iron collar more closely. You can't make sense of the symbol, much less whatever spellcraft might be at work. Remove her gag. The woman takes a few gasping breaths for air before lowering her voice to a conspiratorial whisper.
What in blazes is going on? Have you seen those monsters?
Any chance you sailed on the Antelope?
What? No, and I never thought to hear the name again. Was it Lofel sent you? Thought he was a shifty old bastard. Guess I misjudged him.
Yeah, the tavern music in this game is great.
We were sailing under Lofel, captain of the Antelope, and making good time. A clear sky and a good wind until, out of nowhere, this fog bank rolled in. Then, a great hulk came gliding through the water towards us. Nearly stove us there and then. The floating hangman. I got hit so hard it surprised me to wake up again. But the next thing I knew, those things were carting me and Kasungo down the road. Daimo here started hollering, and they all but cracked his skull in two. I have to get him back to Fort Deadlight. You've gotten past them. Help us do the same.
Cut their bonds. The way is clear. You can go.
Our gratitude, stranger. Come by Fort Deadlight sometime, and we'll give you a grand welcome. Though, mayhaps we'll follow your ship a while. Wouldn't do to get caught again.
Batman. All right. This section is done. And Sea Lash Crypt. Man. I mean, all you need to know when playing Baldur's Gate is that the lower the armor class rating number is, the better. That's really it. I hear what you're saying. Didn't feel that way when I played it. But we'll see. I'm going to be live streaming this, so we'll see how it is the next time. Here we go. Why are you getting hit up so badly? There we go. And then let's get a little bit of this going. Oh my God. Don't die so soon. Yep. Oh well.
Still got it.
Haha. Woo. All the world is rough. Mango math is backwards. The current system of AC makes much more sense. I agree. What's the problem? Holy smokes. Okay. This vampire. You're down. Who else? You, sure. You. Why didn't she do what I just asked her to do? Lady, what's wrong with you? There we go. Okay. Now deal with that one first. There we go.
You deserve better, Captain.
Excellent. Haha. Princess, what's going on? How are you? Mythic, what's going on, man? Yeah, it has been a bit. You been doing all right? Jesus. All right. Got that. Got that. Ooh, that was rough. Okay, coral.
That looks complicated.
All right. Ooh, we run out of porridge.
Hey, you worst captain.
No, normal though. Yeah, all you need to know. Lower numbers better. Only save you really need to know is save versus spell. And don't play a monk. They suck. All the monks suck. Whoa, we just rested. Why does he?
Bird. You bow to Nemnock.
Yeah, work's been crazy busy. Haven't had a chance to really catch any streams. No problem, man. Glad you're doing okay, though. Speak with Copperhead in his home.
Let's see what we found. I'll take care of this.
Felt like that didn't happen, though. Dwindling outskirts. Wait. We didn't speak to Copperhead at his house. To the west. Where's Copperhead? Do we have to go back to that other place? Maybe in these. Maybe he's supposed to be at the boathouse. Can only really catch on Mondays. I understand. No problem. Oh, okay. So yeah, now we're at the correct place. There we go.
Oh, good, you're here.
Each blade is pitted through with rust. Rainwater is gathered in these jugs, and these in turn fill the ship with their briny odor. Oh, so that other fight, they must have like interrupted me. These cuirasses have been picked over for parts. The pages nearby are covered in scrawled designs for a helm.
You're back. What's the word?
Slam monk without a second thought. How long have you been here on Splintered Reef?
Oh, years and years and years. Getting saggy around the seams, you know.
He gives a rattling, unsavory laugh and scratches sheepishly at his shoulder. Just going, actually. Okay, all right. I guess we actually don't need anything from him yet. All right, continuing on. Oh, that's right. Don't you face some type of crazy vampire lord at the end of this? Seem to remember that being the case right at the top. I have memories of that fight being rather unpleasant. All right. I think you broke his quest. Nothing's perfect. We're moving on. He had a lot more to say. It is even recruitable. Well,
quiet time.
Hopefully. Man, I feel like this playthrough has been for the most part bug-free, but now recently we definitely started coming into contact with more bugs.
For the wrong and new.
I don't know who that person is right there, but something tells me, yeah, that's a Dargor, right? Yep. Let's go ahead and get you down on the floor. Let's go ahead and do that again. I would say play BG 1 and 2 on core, but I get having a 1 out of 20 chance of dying every inning might turn people off. Quite the turn off, sir. Quite the turn off. Nope, I'm good on all that. I'm good with challenge when I feel like I understand what's going on. Like in that fight we just experienced with Whale's Acolyte, like I understand what's happening. So fine, I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how to deal with it. But if I don't feel confident that I understand what's going on, I'm not a fan of the challenge. A curiously varied collection of books on topics ranging from metallurgy to botany. All right.
Indeed.
Only non-trees vampires. I wouldn't call her non-dangerous.
Oh, but just a little bite.
Good Lord.
Trouble up ahead.
Yeah, we're definitely going to put an end to all that.
Just a few more stitches. Don't struggle. I'll fill your head with sweet dreams.
Boom. What's wrong? I don't know if Baldur's Gate has a story mode. But I'm not even necessarily against that either, to be honest with you. We are going to keep it nice and smooth. As long as you at least don't play those games. Oh, Bug might mention a story mode. That definitely most had never been made. Ha ha ha. Nope. When I'm playing a game strictly for story, then hey, story mode for me makes sense. When I know I have no interest whatsoever in whatever challenge this game wants to present, because I don't feel like your system makes sense, story mode it is. Although I gotta admit, I don't think I've ever played a whole game in story mode before, to be honest with you. Okay, it's not clear at all which direction we should be going in, so whatever. My anxiety is too high to keep dying so often in a game that's supposed to be fun. Exactly. If you could play games like Pillars of Eternity, you'll understand Baldur's Gate just fine. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Let's do that. Yeah. Ooh, nobody went down from that. That's unfortunate. Whoa. I just saw a whole list of immunes. That's not cool. Enhanced edition did. Just basically invincible in that mode. It's cheat mode. Hey. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Keep it down.
Nemnock hopes you're both 6.
Wait.
Terrible.
Still got it.
Ta-da! Sure seems like a whole lot's going on. There we go. Now a little bit less. Mm-mm. Mythical Rain, upgraded membership. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Glad you've been enjoying the content, dude. How many more streams into you play Divinity Original Sin 2? Well, we've got this thing that I feel like I'm probably going to finish tonight. Oh.
Some shut-eye about now.
Oh, they gave him a red dot? That's not cool. Nice, hobbling around and whatnot. So we got to do this. Let's see. And then we got to finish Gallowayne's DLC. We got to face Remagon's DLC. And then we're doing Endgame. My hope is that we're going to finish this all up this week. Between, I do plan to stream again tomorrow. And I'll probably try to stream one more time this week before Monday. I feel like next week we'll be starting on Divinity Original Sin 2. That is my hope. So two more streams, maybe 3, basically. Honestly, you can get it. Hardest things to get are what saves doing. When you get ability score buffs. Other than that, it's pretty much Pathfinder with backwards AC. I'm playing BG1 on normal difficulty as a monk, not having any issues so far. Baldur's Gate Really is probably one of the easiest CRPGs out there, honestly. Huh. Maybe we'll check it out on normal, but then if I start getting annoyed, I'll bring it down to easy. The brazier doesn't appear to hold any obvious mechanism for lighting itself, but you notice a basin at its base that is coated with dried blood. Pour vampire blood into the basin. As you pour the foul-smelling liquid into the basin, it drains away into the depths of the brazier. You hear a faint rumbling, though you cannot be sure from where it comes. All at once the brazier flares to life, its flames casting dancing shadows upon the surrounding walls. Baldur's Gate above normal is painful. Ain't no rush cures. No problem, Robert. Monk is underrated in D&D. People don't put enough value into physical stuff, especially spell resistance. I love DOS too. I hope I can catch some of those streams. If not, they'll all be in the playlist. You can always watch it back. Film like Monk is wildly overrated. Their defense is horrible. Pour in the vampire blood. Once the second brazier is lit, you hear a loud scraping rumble of stone, followed by a rush of air like the sigh of a great beast. All right, let's go ahead and take a rest here. And hey, we're out of food. Hey, we're about to fight some vampires, so might as well eat some kith meat in preparation. Oh, we got more porridge. Why didn't it tell us we didn't? Here we go. And head upstairs. Full plate and shield pretty much beats them forever. The hardest part of BG1 is low levels. Doesn't give you many options for tactics. So at least half the difficulty comes from purely from the random number generator. Camera, what's going on, man? How are you? Here we go, here we go, here we go now. In contrast to the numerous vessels you have seen within the crypt, the robed man who sits upon the nearby throne boasts every semblance of life. Only the pallor of his skin and the cloying odor of decay suggest anything to the contrary. His fingers drum a steady tattoo against the thick, weathered grimoire he carries.
We receive our fair share of Juana guests, but seldom at the helm of their own vessel. Per complanca, do not tell me you are here on the charge of one of your priests.
I am the Herald of Barath.
Come to take me away to the wheel? Sientere, if you have come on some grand revenge, I must say I do not recall your face. Decades of work undone by a nazenale. I have few hobbies with which to fill these long hours, and now I am denied even this. I, who was second in command to the great captain Lucia Rivan. Until the day came that I was charged to perch here and maintain her forces until she should call upon me again. A century of waiting while she sailed freely upon the sea. E così. But why not enjoy my stay?
Hogwarts is neat, not mind-blowing good, but solid. Do know that it's an open world adventure game more than an RPG. Yep, and that's kind of the idea that I got. Can you vampire any harder, dude?
I have crafted my own little empire. Do not think I have forgotten my duty. I gave dear Rivan a part in my little mythology. Our glorious founder. But it is my little paradise, and you have no part in it, but that of livestock.
So you're responsible for the spell on these people?
In part, I set my best people to the task. You may have met them on your way here. Briefly, it took some time to perfect the illusion that holds Splintered Reef together. A spell of enormous power, requiring a focus. The sphere, just there.
He indicates with a lazy wave of the hand the spear of energy at the base of the steps.
You may have cost me valuable allies, but we have, all of us, been here a long time. I have others at my command. I need only summon them.
I am here to free the people of Splintered Reef.
E così? Free them? They are cannibals, people eaters. Put a mirror up to that, and their minds will collapse. No person enjoys discovering that they are a monster.
This is why vampires have no friends. Oh, the State of the Union is tonight. I'm so unplugged. I didn't realize that. I might have to watch it myself. Imagine it would have something to say to a bunch of vampires. Got to make sure I bring it to this DLC too. Yeah, let me know if she says something interesting. RNG stands for Random Number Generator. Yeah, what Bug might just said.
True. I began with different ambitions. Lucia Rivan desired an army to aid in her conquest. An army that would not succumb to injury or disease. Easy to say, but what to do with them all when they start to rot? Hard for any man to keep his senses when he begins to see the inside of his face. And so, my advisors devised a means by which to make these wretches unaware of their sorry fate.
Attack. I'll kill you and every last one of your deranged minions. Mazago makes the smallest motion, a slight wave of the hand, and the orb within the nearby platform sizzles and hisses as if it had been plunged into embers. A chorus of anguished howls rises along the southern face of the cliff. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, that's just a regular vampire. Okay, fine. And just like that. Abilities disabled. What's the problem? Shadow. Oh, cannot use gaze attacks. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, she's trying to heal already. Fine. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Think you got the decency to die?
Who's that? Whoa. Are you serious? Olive, come on, man.
I'll take care of this.
Wall of Dreaming. Interesting. Nothing's is gonna make me get rid of console hots. Grimoire. I think it's staying with me permanently. Splintered Reef. A spear floats before you, bobbing under the force of its own magical power. Its ruby surface is as sleek and smooth as glass. It's from within with a powerful arcane aura. You can feel that energy press against its confines. Shattering the orb would free it, though what effect that might have, you are not certain. Destroy the orb. You strike the glass. Cracks appear in the surface, spreading with a discordant cackle. All at once, the orb shatters, and the energy it held bursts outward in a radiant flare of light.
It's going to be like waking, but the nightmare goes on.
Yeah, well, we all got to wake up sometime, lady. All right. What were you doing all the way back there? And back to the boathouse. Oh, so we could have, when we were in the inn, we could have snuck out, left all those people there, crushed the orb, and then come back. Interesting. Council Grimoire? Yeah. When you defeat Council, you get his Grimoire, and it gets and it's got a unique spell in there, his hammer. So here. So it's called the Ironclad Grimoire, and because of it, I get Council's Crushing Doom. So basically, this hammer just pounds on this one person again and again and again, steadily doing more damage and attempting to knock them prone every single time. It's pretty sick. Exactly why I never play above normal. All right.
You did it. Look.
Holding his helmet in one hand, Copperhead reaches up to wrap the side of his head with the other.
I heard some strange noises. Took some time to work up the nerve, but I took the helmet off and I've kept me wits.
I killed Menzago and shattered the orb. His spell is broken.
You can't know what this means. I had a long time.
Take care, princess.
Figure out what I was. Make peace with that. Maybe it'd be different if everyone else had the same chance.
Yeah, Dagon, it's pretty nice.
Not sure what I'll do now. At least I know for sure I ain't mad.
He looks down at his helmet.
Here. I don't need this thing anymore. Maybe it'll be some use to you.
Keep it. Take the helm. If you need somewhere to go, I could use you on the crew.
You mean it? Because I don't know if you've thought this through. Hardtack won't do the trick with things like me.
There are sources of Estus apart from people. We'll figure it out. A small, disbelieving smile creeps across Copperhead's face as he takes in your words. It spreads into a wide and crooked grin of delight.
The sea. A real ship. Thank you, Captain. A more loyal sailor you'll never find.
Copperhead practically scrambles for the door, cackling with excitement. And there we have it. All done. By sea. All right, so yeah, future reference, when you're in the pick of the eel, go ahead and just sneak out. Don't kill all those people. Because then you could talk to them when they get back to normal. I didn't know that. And I'm most certainly not going to go back. Is that considered? Yep, that's all I need. Okay. Next is the proving. Kazuwari. Why? I'm not seeing a place called Kazuwari, but I know right around where it should be. That's a Sango. That's Crookspur, Fort Roadside. Stand Swept Ruins. Port Mage. Mirkwood Lagoon. Is this it? Is this the place? I think it is. There we go. All right, next up, Seeker Slayer. Uh-oh. Why aren't we missing some of some morale? What's going on? Yep, the drink. I knew it. All right. this is, but whatever delays the water. And then as far as food, we're actually kind of technically good on food. Pork. Yeah, we could chill on the food. Okay. Oh yeah, I love the sea shanties. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I'm a sea shanty kind of guy. It's one of the things I really loved about Black Flag too. Besides the Creed Black Flag. You just gonna chill here, bro? This is not where we're supposed to be. Come on now. Let's go. Oh, you know what? Actually, we're gonna make a little stop before we hold on. Before we do this, let's go ahead and save here. Where is that freaking thing? Here we go.
That display at the Kahanga Palace was shameful to witness. Nothing less than proof of why mortals require capable rulership and a strong hand. When I walk among them again, chaos of that sort won't be tolerated. Authority and temperament are non-negotiable.
Onakaza wasn't exactly in a mood for compromise.
She chose a complicated hour to show her enemies her teeth. But it might have been her only remaining chance. My siblings took a valiant swing at Aethys. But it seems our intervention will have to wait until we've had time to gather our strength. What of you, Watcher? Your bearing is set. And Ukaizo looms on the horizon.
Storm of Zehir? I'm not familiar with that.
After everything you've seen, you believe mortals are equipped to take control of their destiny? Or do they need a firmer hand?
A firm hand crushed my castle. I could have done without that.
Your heart is thick with vengeance. Even in defiance, do you serve me? Find Aethys. Follow him to Ukaizo. And let my justice fill your sails. I understand you emerged from the bowels of WoW, and your mind appears to have survived the experience with only minor fractures. How very unconventional of you, giving the body to old Consul Hut. When I give you the freedom to architect the future, instead, you dig a grave. That body should have been destroyed ages ago, sparing us all the headache cleaning up after WoW's mess. One of these days, my sibling must learn the value of an uncluttered house. It's no surprise that the Principe should face a crisis of leadership, much less that you chose to involve yourself, Watcher.
I had never played Neverwinter Nights 2.
With Ferrante supplanted, the Principe lose a voice of experience and authority. But even Ferrante was not without his entrenched defects. Time will tell if his replacement can outdistance his memory. An indomitable threat lies on the horizon, and it grows stronger while the Principe bicker like children arguing over a dropped sword. They will not last.
Dagon, we've already proved that her method of diplomacy doesn't work in the first game.
I did not expect the Wahaki to bend the knee to a Kahanga ruler. Perhaps changes are coming to the archipelago faster than I anticipated. This is a pleasing shift of fortunes. Submission to rightful authority is the only natural conclusion when the alternative is war and death. I hope that is a lesson mortals remember. If you desire answers, look no further. I have several.
We already asked these questions. Close the book. We'll speak again.
Wotica nods stiffly.
Yep. Okay. Let's go. Here we are. Venture deeper. You If you like Obsidian, you'll probably like that too. You'll definitely love Mask of the Betrayer. Okay. Neverwinter Nights 2 is definitely on my list. An unusual structure rises from the thick jungle foliage ahead of you. Vines drape it like decor, and it takes you a moment to resolve its form into the spine and ribs of some titanic beast. Its skull faces you, upside down, jaw wide open and gaping. Sharp teeth hang above like the waiting edge of the headman's axe. Survival, identify the skeleton. Aora, and judging from his skull and claws, it seems to be one. Wait, what is going on? All right, the shape of his ribcage suggests an aquatic or amphibious existence. Such creatures can be very aggressive. Sneak closer to observe. Oh my god, that failed. As you near the skeleton, you make out a number of rough pieces of decoration hanging from the old skeleton. Crafted from wood and bone, they hang inside of the mouth and ribs. Among the other desiccated sacrifices within the mouth, you find the remains of a human corpse. Investigate the scene. Okay, for some reason, the descriptions don't want to show properly, overlapping with those of various kith. Religion, examine the corpses. Deep gouges along the sternum and cracks in the rib cage reveal multiple stabs to the chest, likely cause of death. That, combined with the raised position of the corpse on thick stones and its prominence in the center of the larger skeletal mouth, suggests that this individual died as a sacrifice. Continue along the path. You hear another to the right, hearing things to either side of you. High draped kith approach, flanked by bristling boars. Oh, you've never played Mask of the Betrayer Day Out? But you played Neverwinter Nights too, I assume? Automatic fight? Or are we going to talk?
Move.
Scars of battle and decoration stripe the large man's thick arms.
Return to your little boat, interloper. You do not belong on Kazawari.
Ooh, that board looks nice. Damn. His companions, each equally well-armed and scarred, stand at ease beside their boar companions, eyes trained on you.
Yeah, you're not welcome here.
The scruffy Orland nears you, jeers. The boat at her side tosses his head and kicks his hooves in the dirt.
Turn back now and count yourself lucky you aren't already dead.
Let's talk about this. There's no reason for this to get bloody.
No.
Hatino hefts his blade and grins. The spirit of Mortu manifests beside you in a flash of light. His sudden appearance doesn't seem to register with the scarred Amwa and his crew.
Why did we stop? We ran into locals, didn't we? I doubt they'll listen to reason. Best to kill them and be done with it.
I'm not going to kill them. Scibio and Hatino exchange frowning glances.
He seems a little off. Maybe we should let him be?
All the more reason to make sure this one doesn't have the run of Kazawari.
Wait, I believe we may have a common friend.
Doubtful.
He spits the words out as one would a particularly foul curse. A rude old man with a team of boars?
Huh. You could be speaking of half the druids in Deadfire.
Hatino pulls a simple but wickedly sharp blade from his belt and levels it at you.
Enough talk. Leave now, or I'll gut you where you stand and feast the boars on your entrails.
Oh, I played it 5 times, just got bored with it. Look bored to me. Hey, Mask of the Betrayer. Okay. So you did. I've heard nothing but good things, but you weren't all that impressed? Let's talk about this. There's no reason for this to get bloody.
No.
See? Yep. Bugtie being one of them. Hatino hefts his blade and grins. The spirit of Mortu manifests beside you in a flash. Why did we stop? Oh, we already said that. I belong in this island as much as you do. Let me through.
You think he follows Toamawai, Hateno? Maybe the faces brought him here.
Gallowayne? Yeah, Gallowayne.
What say, interloper? Do you trespass on the gods' behalf?
Ooh, nature recognized me and grants me passage. I healed the green lady of Mataro Kozi. Scipio looks back and forth between you and Tino, her eyes wide with unconcealed alarm.
I'll leave your worth for Tuamawai to judge.
Hatino sheaths his blade with a grunt and a scowl.
Pass then, but watch your back.
Hatino, Scipio, and the rest of the crew fade into the brush with little more than a rustle of leaves. Scipio's boar lingers a moment, its beady eyes trained on you, before it, too, disappears into the forest. Excellent. Crisis averted. Except it's still got the whole spirit thing going, but whatever. All right. Why am I still hearing all that whispering and whatnot? The jungle opens on a small glade, the trees encroaching overhead to enclose the space in cool green shade. A stone dais, cracked by roots and dappled with moss and dirt, dominates the clearing. A pair of worn statues, crouched jungle cats missing eyes, ears, and in one case a paw, flank a short stone well. Mortu's quiet voice plays at the edge of your hearing. This well draws water from beneath the crucible. It should offer ingress for the careful. Perception, search for traps. Perhaps some previous explorer disabled the trap, or perhaps the mechanism simply failed over centuries exposed to the elements. History, identify the statues. They're large cats, clearly, possibly tigers or jaguars. The abstract whirls and eddies of Wana art make a more definite identification difficult. Examine the well. The well stands barely a yard in diameter, the mortar between its sides cracked and gray when not entirely absent. A few rocks have crumbled away or been removed. You hear the sound of running water from the depths. Nope, setting is great, but I really didn't like the shift in narrative from 2, and it kind of didn't need to happen to me, so I get up the ass and that's it. Don't think it's bad, it's just boring to me. Ah, okay, interesting. Look inside. A stream flows far below, a faint incandescent casting shimmering lines along the well's cylindrical interior. While a grappling hook could certainly be lodged to the well, the integrity of the size seems suspect, and you're not sure that your longest rope will reach the bottom. Tie a rope to the cat statue. You tie the rope around the cat statue's neck, not unlike a collar. A hard pull convinces you that the statue isn't going anywhere, and you lower the rope into the darkness of the well. Descend the rope. Your hands on the rope and your feet guiding your way down the inner walls of the well, you easily shimmy down the hole. The rushing water's roar envelops you as you're running short on rope, and the walls fall away around you to reveal an underground cavern. You note an outcropping of stone nearby, jutting out above the water. Swing to the outcropping. With a few careful swings, you manage to catch the outcropping with your feet and pull yourself tight against the wall. Looking around yourself, you find the rocky ledge continues deeper into the cavern, the darkness inviting. Continue into the cavern. You advance into the dark. Ooh! Look at this. I like that. I feel like the main thing is you're a level 20 plus character and you're dealing with hags is a big part of it. Number 1 and 91, you're fighting demon armies. It's half the point. Feels like backwards progression to me. Interesting. You can still hear the murmur of water behind you when the cave comes to an abrupt end, stymieing your progress. The path has been closed off with a brick wall. The uneven stones largely obscured by a thick curtain of vines. Burn down the vines with magic. You can make out sound that could be bad water or kith.
Dim in the lantern.
All right, let's see. Who's here? Where am I? Temple of Tomuai. You stumble into a room only brightly lit in comparison to the tunnel from which you came. A man with soft features and round eyes blinks mutely before clearing his throat.
Welcome to the Temple of Tuamawai, Watcher. Home sweet home.
Akira, the wall. What even is down there?
He cranes his neck, peering over your shoulder.
Don't matter none. You're finally here, is all. Crowd gets restless waiting. You best get out to the pit.
Huh.
Friendly, isn't he?
Is it going to get rough up ahead? Uh-oh. Where am I? He stares blankly at you. Wait, what?
Pit. Go out to pit.
He directs a thumb at a nearby door. Who are you?
That don't matter none neither. I'm the kith supposed to get you before the people.
I think you may have confused me with someone else.
Akira. You're in Challenger's chamber, yeah? That makes you Challenger. Beyond that, don't matter none. You having second thoughts about the right? Stop. It's too late.
He gestures sharply at the portal behind him.
Everyone champs at the bit to see you in action.
I could bluff my way out, but I actually want to see what's going on. See me in action. This isn't a brothel, is it?
No. Just get out there.
It's got the same scent as the wild mare, don't it? Like upscale stables.
The Amor stabs a finger at the archway, then takes a step back, brushing his hand along a column as he does so. The door closes behind you. Huh. Guess I didn't think about journey about searching for hags, and that is one of the objectives. No more to it than that. And that one on stealth. Perhaps so. I'm curious though, what am I supposed to be getting involved in? Set a pit, right?
Challenger joins our eternal hunt.
As is tradition, the primal elements shall sort predator from prey.
Triumph or perish. There is neither surrender nor retreat.
Whoa.
These creatures are essence twisted to use. Watch yourself.
Trouble up ahead.
Ha! Right between the eyes.
Beyond seek.
Might as well be getting in the water.
Worse than rock. Worse than rock.
Mm-hmm. Ba 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 ba. We good? Not quite. There we go. All good, Robert. Business handled. Hey, enemy defeated.
You have completed the first examination. Well done.
Your fury brings joy to this arena, and honor to your name.
You have endured but the first of many trials. Return when you are ready to face your next challenge.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to facing him, whoever that is.
Looks like you can hold your own in a fight. That's great! Really useful for not dying.
The guard from before sheepishly rubs the back of his hairless head.
You are alive. Praise Toamawai. I did not, I had not, I should have verified you were intending to join our Crucible Games instead of,
The guard stops his foot as his words end in stammering. No apology needed, but point me to whoever is in charge.
Yes, of course. Toamawai truly rules this place. But Umaire deals with matters that pertain to lowly kith. Umaire wants to bend your ear. You go find her in Hall of Memories. Straight past me.
He frowns, rubs the back of his head, and clears his throat.
Also, sorry about before.
Awesome. All right. I want to fin with a bird. All right, let me save here. Okay, I'm getting kind of sleepy. I think that's enough for one day. We made very good progress, turned in a bunch of quests, and now we only have the 2 DLCs to deal with before we finally get to the very, very, very end of the game. So I think we are, I think we're in a good spot and really happy with how that went, especially considering how the last stream went. This was much better. But as always, I appreciate all of you that joined up for the stream. I'll probably be on tomorrow. Because, again, I'd like to go ahead and get this all wrapped up this week. So, hopefully you all will join. And if so, I will see you then. Take care. Take care, Robert. Have a good one, man. Take care, Damas.